Alrighty, we're just in time right now. Here comes Will Howard. Here he comes. Yeah, this is the game. This is the game that I'm the most excited for right here. And I just have headphones on because that's the only way I can hear the game without the audio canceling out monetization. So that's why I have the headphones on. But here we are, 1st and 10 Ohio State at their own 25. And it is going to be a screen to Emeka Egbuka for a gain of 8. All right, man, I just cannot wait. This is incredible. Howard in the pocket, throws downfield. Wonderful. Oh, dropped by Egbuka. Ah, good effort. A little bit of a high ball by Will Howard. Drops. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Incomplete throw. Ohio State, their offense this year has been a little bit shaky. Just a little bit on 3rd down. They only convert 42.36% of their 3rd downs. That's 43rd nationally. Tennessee's defense, meanwhile, is very stout on 3rd down, only allowing 31.58% conversions. And Ohio State spends an early timeout. They don't want to lose momentum here. Sam working triple time today. Indeed, I am. I am working triple time. Let's get these likes and these super chats up. Okay, here. Let's get going. Third and 2. It is a pass by Howard, and Howard will be sacked. That was number 20. That's Brycen Moore, the defensive tackle in there. Thamari Thomas, but there is a face mask, as Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit have pointed out. Man, that interior of that O-line right there, Hinsman, Sierreveld, and Shabola, I mean, we've already seen their struggles in this quarter, and we know from prior games that their struggles exist. But yup, face mask on Howard. Tennessee as a team this year is not a disciplined team. I mean, they give up a lot of penalties. They're 131 in penalties per game, and they're 122nd in penalty yards per game, averaging 69.7 penalty yards per game, 8.5 penalties per game. So now they hand it off to Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State does, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and that is by James Pierce Jr., the star defensive end. Gets penetration right there, blows up that play. 2nd and 11. This is from their own 47. They blow the play dead. It looks like it's going to be a false start. False start on the Buckeyes here, moving them back. It looks like both of these teams are nervous here. And Day is furious. It's going to be 2nd and 16 here. 2nd and 16 here. Meanwhile, Ohio State on penalties, by the way, 40.1 penalty yards per game, 4.3 penalties per game. They're top 10. They're much more disciplined than Tennessee. Nice protection as Tennessee only sends 3, and he throws it to Travion Henderson, who catches the ball and picks up a first down there, about a gain of 21 yards to the Tennessee 37. Impressive right there. Henderson being used there as a receiver, motioning out there behind, I believe, G. Scott Jr. Yes, that's genius play call there. 1st and 10 at the 37 of Tennessee. G. Scott Jr. motions in to the right of Howard. Howard steps back, is going deep for Ibuka, and he catches it. Touchdown, Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith, not Ibuka. Touchdown. The deep shot opens up, and Ohio State, like we talked about in our preview, is targeting a secondary that is not elite. And immediately, the place erupts. 37-yard receiving touchdown for the true freshman, the All-American, and possibly the best wide receiver in the country. Perfect. Maintains possession, catches it in the end zone, and he was being covered. He was being covered right there by, I believe, Ricky Gibson III, not Jermon McCoy. Gibson, opposite of Jermon McCoy. McCoy being an All-American caliber corner, Gibson being the weaker of the two. So Ohio State comes out aggressive. They come out swinging, and it's 7-0 immediately. Buckeyes up big to start. Wow. Big play after big play to Henderson, then big play to Jeremiah Smith. That's just straight up beats his guy. Howard underthrows him a bit, but Smith makes the adjustment, is the elite player that he is. Tennessee there, I think, made a mistake only sending 3 forward. You want to get pressure on this team, because if you don't get pressure on them, they will pick you apart like they did right there. Man, we have 200 concurrent viewers right now, guys. 200. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to join our Discord server via the pinned comment. And also, let's make sure to send some super chats, guys. We're pulling triple time here. We already streamed for 3.5 hours for Penn State SMU. Another 3.5, 7 hours for Texas versus Clemson. And now it'll be another 3.5 hours, maybe more if it goes to overtime, for Ohio State, Tennessee. Busy day, but we enjoy it because it's college football here, the best sport in America. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay around because we're going to have some fun right here. Thank you very much. Wow, what a start to the game. Let's see if Tennessee can respond here. Let's get these likes up to 1,000 on this video if we can. Try and get several super chats if possible as well. Really get a really good stream for college football with Sam and for college football going. Thank you very much. Wow. What I liked about that drive is Ohio State was aggressive. What I didn't like about the drive for Tennessee is they only sent 3. That's not enough to get pressure even against that banged-up offensive line. So Ohio State was aggressive, and Tennessee was conservative. And that combination, based off of that first drive, is going to be lethal. Tennessee needs to be the aggressor here. They're on the road. And they need to be aggressive. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. And for the people tuning in, stay on. Don't leave. We already have a ton of viewers pouring in, but a lot of them are pouring out. Stay on here. You're not going to find this game live. You're not going to. YouTube is going to shut it down. You're better off staying here, listening to my play-by-play, which is live as the game is happening. Like the video, stay around, comment your thoughts, because we're going to have fun with college football. But yeah, for Tennessee, they were conservative. They were absolutely conservative. And penalties killed them. They could have gotten a stop there if they just got the sack and didn't go for the face mask. It would have been a 4th and long. Nope. Had to have the face mask. Had to have the face mask. Make sure, again, to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Go Volunteers and go Buckeyes. And now the crowd's juiced up for OSU. This is the worst possible case scenario for Tennessee's first drive. Nico Imaliava is out there, and he's well protected temporarily, but then gets pressured. He's going to have to escape and run out for about a gain of 3 to the Tennessee 27. It'll be 2nd and 7 from that spot. Tennessee's out wide, 2 receivers, literally like 2 or 3 yards from the line of scrimmage right there. Very much out wide in a kind of a strange formation. They're going to run the football here for about a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 31 of Tennessee right there. Tennessee, their offensive line, it has been good at run blocking, but let me tell you, it has struggled in pass blocking. Struggled this season. They're giving up a sack percentage of 7.45%. That's 91st, and surrendering 2.2 sacks per game. Let's see what happens here. Tennessee, Nico trying to escape, but he is under duress, and he will be stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage for about a gain of 1. It will be 4th and 3. Tennessee will have to punt here. We talked about in our preview that the pass protection for Tennessee is a major liability here, and that the reason they're good at running the ball is they run it over and over again. They're not an explosive rushing offense in SEC conference play. And Ohio State's defense is number 1 in a lot of categories. They're top 5 in ESPN's efficiency metrics. Tennessee's going to have to figure something out here. Punt away, it's nearly blocked. And it's a line drive, not very good. It's fair caught there by Caleb Downs at the 31-32 yard line. All right, 2nd possession straight ahead, so let me answer this super chat here from TAKL Farms. Let me answer this. Thank you for the $5 super chat, TAKL Farms. I appreciate it a lot. So, yep, let me get in here. All right, TAKL Farms, thanks again for the coverage. They getting good at blocking line streams, or their... I don't know what your last sentence means, TAKL Farms, but you're welcome for the coverage. I love that you're on here. Really appreciate it. And, yeah. At this... Oh, let's go Dogs. It's a no-lose situation for me. Whoever loses is going to be hilarious. You're a Georgia fan, of course. You're gonna be like Uncle Lou and laugh at whichever fan base loses this game. But yeah, I mean, if Ohio State scores right here, this game's gonna get blown wide open pretty quickly. Oh, didn't mean to block the scoreboard. My bad, guys. Wow. We already have a ton of concurrent viewers, 34 likes. Let's get the likes, guys, up to 100 likes before the end of the first quarter. I'd really appreciate that. Let's get it up to 100 likes before the first quarter ends. Ugh. Yeah, 100 likes. Oh, another super chat here. TAKL Farms, no Sam, it's go Buckeyes. How dare you go against the Big Ten and subbing? Haha. I was just saying that to be friendly to everyone in the super chat, TAKL Farms, because I know Tennessee fans will be here. We want to be hospitable. But if I am going to admit a team that I'm personally rooting for here, it is the Buckeyes. But I'm going to call this game how it is, because we're unbiased here on college football with Sam. And I'm excited for this game. I'm pumped up. If you can't already tell, I mean, we're 4 streams in. I'm exhausted, but I'm pumped up here. I'm excited. So thank you for that $10 super chat. Really appreciate it, TAKL Farms. Yeah, thanks. And thank you, moderators, for getting rid of, the bot. Alrighty. Yeah, 54 likes. Let's get this up to 100, guys. 54. We're already close. And let's hopefully get up to 1,000 concurrent viewers at some point. Again, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell, because we'll be going live for the quarterfinal games. And also tomorrow at Sunday to react to these games at noon. Will Howard pressured, but he gets it out to Jeremiah Smith, who has wide open space. Gets all the way out to the 50. That right there is a 18-yard pickup for Jeremiah Smith, who's already having a phenomenal game for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes currently given an 81.2% chance to win the game per FPI. Howard is 4 of 5 for 84 yards and a touchdown, the best start he's had in a game in a while. They motion. Henderson gets a gain of 4 on the ground into Tennessee territory for the second time today. The Buckeyes are. A little trick play right there. And what they did is they put Quinshon Judkins in motion to kind of spook the defense right there. Nice push by the offensive line to at least get a gain of 3 or 4. The starting 5, by the way, for the O-line, it's Donovan Jackson at left tackle for Ohio State. Austin Saraville, left guard, 67. Carson Hinsman, 75 at center. Tiger Shabola, right guard, 77. And Josh Fryer, right tackle, 70. That's your starting 5. Little bit slow. Play action for Howard. Howard is going to go deep. And it is a dart to Emeka Egbuka down inside the 10. Explosiveness for Ohio State through the passing game. And they might be down to the 5 right here. 1st and goal. They're starting hot. You know what this game reminds me of? And Tennessee fans will know this all and well. This is Tennessee versus Alabama 2022. Where the faster, better offense is starting out hot. And they're burying their opponent. 1st and goal at the 6. It was an Emeka Egbuka long reception right there. They hand it off to Judkins, and Judkins fumbles it, but picks it back up off the turf for a gain of 5. What a fortuitous bounce right there, and also a good adjustment by Judkins to not let that turn into a disaster right there. It's 2nd and goal at the 1. Yeah. Yeah, Judkins grabbed it. 2nd and goal, 8:18 left in the game. Power formation for Ohio State with Judkins back there. The tight end to block, and he gets in. Touchdown, Ohio State. 13-0, could be 14-0 pending the extra point. Again, we talked about it. Tennessee does not have the type of trench advantage that many said they do. It was a slight trench advantage, but not big enough to negate the massive advantage through the air that OSU has. Big plays against a secondary for Tennessee that have allowed pass attempts to go for significant yardage. Take example that Tennessee's not top 10 in passing yards per attempt, nor passing yards per completion, not even top 25 in sack percentage, and they're going against an OSU pass protection unit that's all right, and a passing offense that's averaging 8.9 yards per attempt. And when Howard's on his game completing passes and going deep, that's how you get the 14-0 score right now. Buckeyes are up big, all the momentum, and this could get ugly very quickly. Very, very quickly this could get ugly. Tennessee needs an answer. Because right now, Ohio State looks like one of the best teams in the country. And we knew that entering this game, but still, 14-0 out of the gate, aggressive. As I've said before, I know it's Ryan Day, but Day is a Michigan problem. He does not have a problem with anything else, and they're bringing the house. They have an 87.7% chance to win this game right now. The Buckeyes do. And we have 400 concurrent viewers on here. So make sure, all of you who are on here, to subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and hit the notification bell. Let's get to 100 likes before the quarter is over. Let me read some comments. Hey, Chimichanga Guy, it's good to see you on here. How do you do? Someone said Oregon's going to get piped to. No, because Oregon starts way faster than Tennessee and has a much better passing defense. Oregon won't get destroyed. Oregon's a much better team than Tennessee is. Yep, Will Howard, already over 100 passing yards. Yeah, this is... Someone said it's Brianna Brown. Us Vols fans need to just switch teams because this team is never going to do anything. Well, it's early. I mean, this is probably a lot of scripted drives by Ohio State, stuff they've planned for weeks. Let's see what the non-scripted drives look like. Let's see what happens here. Just wait. Don't, you know, if you should panic if you're a Tennessee fan, but game's not over. It's the first quarter. Yeah. Ohio State, 4 minutes, 53 seconds of possession to Tennessee's 158. 5 first downs to 0. 133 total yards to 7. No passing yards for Tennessee yet. For Ohio State, 124 passing yards, and they're averaging 20.7 yards per pass attempt with a touchdown. By the way, the Buckeyes, 4 carries. They want to run the ball, but they only have 9 yards for 2.3 yards per carry. They're not going to be able to run the ball for much of this game. And someone's accusing me of being an Oregon fan. I'm not an Oregon fan. I'm a Michigan fan. Not an Oregon fan. Whatever. Is cussing allowed, Sam? Because let's go. Thank you for the $2 super chat, SFS inverted. Yeah, in the chat, it's allowed. I'm not going to do it because I just don't, but it's allowed. Freedom of speech. As long as you're not insulting anyone or harming anyone, feel free. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's get these likes and super chats going. We only have 23 more likes to 100. Let's get to 100 likes before the first quarter is over. 8:09 left in the first quarter. The Buckeyes are already up 14-0 due to some explosive drives. It's a fair catch called by Tennessee. Let's go. And this crowd is loud. You know what this crowd reminds me of? Michigan this year in the first quarter before things went south. And against Michigan in 2022. Against Penn State in 2021 when they had that night game. This is why you schedule night games and don't just do big noon kickoff, because this right here... This right here, this is a night game environment in the Big Ten. This is hard for people to deal with. Tennessee needs to settle in. They need to get some runs going right now. They will hand it off to Dylan Sampson, who's met behind the line of scrimmage, tackled for a 1-yard loss. And that right there is Tyleik Williams, their best player on the defensive line, in my opinion. Nico Imaliava is back to pass. He is pressured, and he's going to be sacked. And that is JT Tuimoloau. Sacked all the way back, I believe, at the 10-yard line. Wow. Tennessee's going to have negative yardage here. It's either the 10 or the 15-yard line is how far back he was sacked. That was Deshaun Bishop, by the way, for the loss of 1, not Dylan Sampson. Wow. Yeah, sacked all the way back at the 11. Wow. 3rd and 23. 4 men to the line for Ohio State. They're just going to do a little bit of a screen that's thrown way too low and it's incomplete. So Tennessee will have to punt down 14-0. And guys, just keep sending in the likes. We're almost to 100 likes here. Ohio State's just owning them. I didn't think it'd be this intense, but man, I thought that Ohio State would win and come together with the better game plan because Day's a better coach than Heupel. And all this talk about how Tennessee's the more physical team, in the trenches they are just a little bit, and it's early, but what Ohio State can do that almost no one else but Oregon can do is they can carpet bomb you over and over and over again with their receivers. They don't have to go through you physically. They can go over you and negate a physical disadvantage here, and that's what they're doing. They're working Tennessee through the air. And in the trenches as well. Delay of game for Tennessee are going to be backed up inside their own 10. And Heupel looks overwhelmed. We broke 100 likes, guys. Good job. Let's try and get to 200. Let's try and get to 200 here and just keep climbing. And I saw that we have a super chat, a few of them. I'll get to those during the commercial break, but this is insane. Crazy. I thought that Ohio State would slowly figure out Tennessee's defense here. Not just come out and kill them immediately. Tennessee, negative 6 yards through the first quarter so far. It's a line drive punt. And Caleb Downs muffed it. But he fell on it. He was able to fall on it, but he did muff the punt there. A near disaster for Ohio State. They'll have it at their own 42, though, in good field position. And we do have a break right here. So I am going to read the super chats after we insert just a few ads here. We'll be right back. Thank you all for the wonderful concurrent views. Let's get to 200 likes. Why don't we? Still have over 6 minutes left. Let me get to the super chats here. Mega Eing, thank you for the $1 super chat and you're first on the channel. I appreciate it a lot. Davis Lawn Care and Landscaping Services, Inc. You're right, Sam. Game isn't over, but Tennessee needs something on this drive. And they didn't get it, and Ohio State is perfect field position. Exactly. Ohio State scores here. Game still technically isn't over, but I have a hard time seeing Tennessee come back. At a cattle sale, so I can't be in the live chat. Hashtag Nebraska things. Have fun, guys, and it looks like it's getting ugly. Thanks, going for gold _85. Have fun at the cattle sale. Do good. Geez, I thought Tennessee would at least put up a fight. I think they are. I just think Ohio State's working them. Ohio State's playing to their strengths, and I don't think Tennessee on defense has been playing to their strengths, and it's resulting in an ugly, ugly game. Ugly game. So, that's that right there. And let's get up to 200 likes. We're at 116. I believe on this stream we can get to 1,000 likes. 1,000. I believe we can do that. I'm underlining the word suspect to describe Tennessee's pass protection. And I say that because Ohio State hasn't blitzed yet. Knowles has not sent a blitz yet, and they're getting pressure. And we've talked about how on this channel that Ohio State they struggle to get pressure with only 4. Only 50% of their sacks have been generated by their defensive line. That's pretty low. They rely a lot on their linebackers, a lot on blitzes, to get pressure. And we're seeing right here that they're getting pressure with just 4. If they can get pressure with 4, You're not moving that defense if they can get pressure with 4. They're too good at linebacker, too good at safety, and Tennessee doesn't have the wide receiver unit to just solely target their corners all across the field. Wow. Ohio State, by the way, is averaging 13.3 points per play right now. Bonkers. Just bonkers. 1st and 10 at their own 42. We find Ohio State right now. Here we go. Will Howard back there alone, is pressured but escapes and just throws it away. 2nd and 10. This game has also unironically looked like Ohio State versus Michigan State in 2021 for the first series, which is very, very damning if you're Tennessee. You do not want to be compared to that Michigan State team. You don't. Can't afford that. By the way, I see more super chats are pouring in. Thank you so much, guys. I'll get to them during the commercial break. Looks like Ohio State wants to run, but no. Instead, they're going to have a pass out of the backfield to Henderson, who plows forward for a 1st down out to the Tennessee 48. People have been criticizing Henderson ever since that Michigan game, and I don't know why. He's their best running back, and he's helped them extend drives so far here on 2nd and long and 3rd and long situations already. 1st and 10 into Tennessee territory. Got 3 receivers to the right of Howard, 1 to the left. It is going to be a handoff to Henderson, who's tackled for about a 1-yard loss. You just see up there Tennessee's front. They got number 10 for Tennessee right there. They're very deep. It's Elijah Simmons, their 3rd string defensive tackle. They're very deep up front, this Tennessee defense is. 2nd and 11 at the Tennessee 49. Buckeyes checking back with their coaches. Henderson is in the backfield, still a little bit of a tighter formation for Chip Kelly. Let's see what they do. Tennessee does decide to bring a little bit of a blitz. Howard throws, and it is caught by Jeremiah Smith for about a gain of 6 right there. So it'll be 3rd and 5. This is probably go for it territory if you're OSU, I would say right here. You got 2 plays to pick this up. Just nice little bit of a crossing route. Smith has an edge on number 23. Boo Carter, the star player, kind of the nickelback for Tennessee. He has a speed edge on him. So that's a perfect target. Good decision there by Will Howard, who's having a perfect day so far. 3rd and 5 at the Tennessee 43. Tennessee looks like they're going to send some pressure. Let's see if they can get home. They don't. They back out of it. And Howard is well protected. He throws down the field, and it's caught by Emeka Ibuka for a gain of, wow, inside the 30. That's about a gain of 18, I want to say. Yeah, gain of 17. 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 26. Getting close to Jaden Fielding's field goal range. Let's pump up these likes. Let's get to 200 likes. 200 likes before the end of the 1st quarter. That would be phenomenal, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. Emeka Ibuka and Elijah Simmons, the 3rd string defensive tackle for Tennessee. Good player. Again, being 3rd string on Tennessee's D-line is no shame. It's one of the deeper rooms in the country, but he's unfortunately down. Dear God, I pray that you help Elijah Simmons, that you heal him, keep him safe, and help him get back in the football game. Amen. Holy cow. Well, I'm going to answer a super chat here. I'm going to answer a super chat here. Just one, because he's walking off the field. SFS inverted, an OSU marching band member broke down in tears on the field. You hate to see it. The last time marching for a lot of them. Yeah. Good for him. Well, I think he's going to see a great game from his perspective for sure. Going for gold_85, thank you for the $5 super chat. OSU playing the way you know they can win as opposed to the playing they want to win. Bingo. And bingo. Bingo. Ohio State's playing to their strengths here. Tennessee is not. Will Howard to pass. He's going to pass it to G. Scott, who unfortunately catches it and runs for a 2-yard loss. Going to be behind the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Scott just didn't have awareness of his field position. If he did, he probably would have batted it down to be incomplete. And all Tennessee can do here is watch. And the thing if you're OSU is if you score a touchdown here, Tennessee's not going to be able to run the ball that much. You're going to make them even more uncomfortable than they already are. It is going to be a handoff for Henderson, and Henderson is gone. He's going to score a touchdown. That's a 30-yard rushing touchdown by Ohio State. Travion Henderson with a burst, and Tennessee is too slow to catch him. This looks like the Texas-Clemson game without the initial struggle by the Longhorns. Holy cow. 20-0. Ohio State, pending the extra point, probably will be 21-0. Wow. Like this video up, this stream. Let's get to 200 likes before the first quarter. Ohio State's up 20-0. Huge run for Henderson. Explosion right there. And it was all right blocking. It wasn't great blocking by the O-line, but Henderson, the patience there to let the play develop and follow through was what was fascinating there. 21-0 Ohio State over Tennessee. My score prediction for this game, by the way, was Ohio State 27, Tennessee 10. Wow. Just absolute dominance right there. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It was a counter that Tennessee shut down, but Henderson just made it happen. Yeah, people gotta think if only they started this way against Michigan. But there's a chance here, and there's a chance that Michigan may actually have like a better defense than Tennessee. I don't think so, but just watching this game, there's a chance. I know for certain Tennessee does not have Michigan's D-line. And they may not even have Michigan's speed, but this is shocking for a Tennessee defense that's been so good. 191 yards to Tennessee's -6. Ohio State, 154 passing yards, 37 rushing yards. It is a splattering of biblical proportions in Columbus. It's a carpet bombing. Explosive play after explosive play that's occurring right here. Wow. Yeah, Tennessee would lose to every college football playoff team from the Big Ten outside of maybe Indiana, and Tennessee is slow enough to where I think IU might be able to compete with them. But let's see. 1st and 10 for Nico in Tennessee from the 25. Are they going to run it? They don't. Nico instead takes off. Nice fake by him. Gets the first down of the day. About a 13-yard run out to the Tennessee 38. Good fake by him. A little bit up-tempo for Josh Heupel in this Tennessee offense here. It's going to be a play action for Nico. Nico will throw across the middle, and it's incomplete. Well covered there. Nearly threw it into quadruple coverage. Threw it just in time to where it wasn't going to be picked off, but it was a tight window. And for Tennessee, Brew McCoy was going to have to take a lot of hits. Dante Thornton, number 1, their explosive wide receiver, is in the game. Tennessee is huddling here. It's 2nd and 10 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, but it's already 21-0 Ohio State. Already 21-0. Wow. It is going to be a RPO, but Nico once again, well short. Tui Molau with pressure. It's incomplete. 3rd and 10. Wow. Ultimate dominance by the Buckeyes so far on offense and defense. We're at 159 likes, and I know we have 500 concurrent viewers about let's get this up to 200 before the first quarter. I appreciate you guys a lot. And yeah, if we hit our super chat goal, there'll be another member, not another member, but another spot for the giveaway. 5 spots instead of 4. Imaliava is flushed. He's pressured. He's going to try and pick up the first down, and he does. About a gain of 12 on the ground for Imaliava. Necessary pickup there for Tennessee to keep this drive alive, and they're in Ohio State territory for the first time today. Imaliava, he is pressured and he's sacked. Right there is Jack Sawyer with pressure. Looked like a pretty slow developing play by Tennessee. Imaliava just sort of standing in the pocket there. It's a loss of 7. It'll be 2nd and 17 back at Tennessee's own 44. Ohio State, I believe, with 3 sacks already in the game. We talked about this. Tennessee has a pass rush advantage, but so does OSU against these tackles. They're getting pressure with 4, and they can't get pressure with 4. That's bad if you're a Tennessee fan, if you're Josh Heupel. Well behind the sticks now. Are they going to run it? Yes, they will run it. And hard hit only for about a gain of 3 there is Dylan Sampson, who's not had a big game and probably won't have a big game due to how far behind his team is. It'll be 3rd and 14 from their own 47 for Tennessee. 4 receivers out there. Ohio State's only going to send 4. Crowd is loud for OSU. Looks like OSU might bring some pressure or a stunt of some kind on the D-line. They're lining up wide. Ohio State does bring pressure. They do get to Imaliava, make him a bit uncomfortable, and Sawyer almost had him, but he maneuvered, he escaped. He's going to throw down the field, and it's incomplete. 4th and 14. Tennessee will have to punt. Number 3 was almost open right there for Tennessee, that being Squirrel White. The interference, I don't think was on Hancock. I think it was actually on whoever was covering Dante Thornton. That being Denzel Burke. I think Denzel, but it just wasn't close enough. It was a bad throw. Not enough strength with the arm. And, man, Ohio State's almost gotten after some of these punts, guys. And it's going to roll into the end zone. So Tennessee, not a good special teams play there either. And Ohio State's going to come out there up 21-0 in the first quarter. Just a wrecking of biblical proportions. It's a carpet bombing in Columbus. Wow. 1st and 10 for Ohio State at their own 20. Will Howard back there with Travion Henderson. I like that Ohio State seems to be riding the hot hand here. No, it's Judkins in the backfield. Judkins gets about a gain of 6 out to the Ohio State 26, pass by Will Howard. Crazy. 2nd and 4, a bit of a low snap, but Judkins is in space, and he gets out for about a 9-yard run to the Ohio State 35. 1st and 10 for Ohio State at the 35. They're going to close out this first quarter. And this feels like the Ohio State-Indiana game late in the second quarter, early third quarter, but so much worse. We're going to take a brief commercial break here, and then I'll answer some super chats, and we'll be back. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much until after I'm done with the ad break. But man, I have a lot to say. Lot to say in the first quarter. Whole lot to say. Wow. So, by 174 likes, guys, we passed our first goal by a mile. Thank you for the 174 likes. Let's get this up to 200 likes, though, before the commercial break. And if you're coming on here, you're getting elite analysis here. You're getting play-by-play. You're not getting as many ad breaks, nor the same annoying ones. Please stay on College Football with Sam. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I go live for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and national championship game where we'll be doing play-by-play commentary. So, wow. Just insane here. I have a lot to say. A whole lot to say. If my super chat will let me load. I'll have to pop it out again. Let me see. Yeah, the chat's really active here, but my thoughts here for OSU is this is the perfect game right now. This is crazy. Mega Eing 2. Thank you for the $2 super chat. OSU wins it all if they play like this. Very, very possible. Again, thank you for the $2 super chat, Mega Eing. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is what you want to see. Now, the question going forward is, my model says that Tennessee is like 2 touchdowns worse than Oregon. So I think Oregon's an entirely different beast. But this is what you want to see if you're an Ohio State fan. And now you know, I think, as we all should have known, Michigan problem for Ryan Day. I don't think necessarily a big game problem, at least against the top 5, at least against the top 10. Top 5 might be a different story, but we'll have to see. We're only 11 likes away from 200. Let's get that up to 200 right now. We have so many viewers pouring in and out. Make sure to subscribe. Again, you won't want to miss the streams that we have. Last year, we only got 3 of these playoff games. We have 12 this year, and I'm live streaming all of them. All of them. Ohio State first down at their own 34. It is a kind of a delayed handoff slash it's a delayed handoff and also a counter play using some counter motion for Judkins. Gets about a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the Ohio State 37-yard line. Wow. 2nd and 7. It's a play action for Howard, and Howard's going to get it to Ibuka, who has space, and Ibuka gets out to the 47 of Ohio State. It's a gain of 10 there, first down, Ohio State. And we hit 200 likes. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. Let's try and get to 300 before halftime. Maybe 400 if we can be aggressive here. Thank you. Just crazy what's going on here. Again, I picked Ohio State to win by 17 points. That was a lot more aggressive than more people were. Basically called it a blowout for a playoff game, or just short of that. This is an actual blowout here. Howard is all day to throw, and he's going to take off and run. Will Howard has space, and he's going to fall down for a gain of 6 into Tennessee territory at the Tennessee 47 right there. He knew from well back there that he had to run and get out of there to make something happen, and he did. This is his best game all season long by a mile. Wow. But Tennessee's only sending 4 and they're not getting home, which I think tells you something. Like we saw against Georgia for Tennessee, they basically have James Pierce Jr., not much else. They send 5 and it's an incomplete pass. That was a good decision there by Tennessee, sending more, as consequently they got more pressure by sending 5 and forced an incompletion. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the Tennessee 47. Ohio State has almost double Tennessee's TOP. They have quintuple the first downs, 10-2, and they have 224 yards to Tennessee's -3. Dominance by the Buckeyes here. Dominance. Tennessee looks like they're going to be sending some pressure here. They do send pressure, but it's picked up fairly well. Will Howard catches it and gets about a gain of 1, takes a shot at the end. It's going to be 4th and 3, though. Wonder if Ohio State will punt it here, or if they'll go for it. Tennessee did a good job sending pressure there. They batted it down at the line. Howard just picked up about a yard by catching his own pass and moving forward. Wonder if they'll go for it here or if they'll punt. Looks like they're going to go for it. They're 18 of 26 on 4th down conversions. Let's see what they'll do here for Ohio State on this 4th down. Tennessee only brings about 4. And wow. Jeremiah Smith avoids what should have been an open space tackle, but he picks it up anyway. Just outmaneuvering number 8 for Tennessee. Number 8, by the way, is Caleb Perry, a backup weak side linebacker. That's a... wow. Christian Charles nearly had him. Backup strong safety. Couldn't get to him, though. Couldn't get to Jeremiah Smith, the special talent. And it looks like Dominic Bailey, number 90, is down with an injury. So Ohio State is going to be 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 37. Wow. They're already given a 96.9% chance to win. The game's over. Game's over. It's done. SEC mock chants reverberating in the shoe. You hate to see it. I love to see it personally. Thanks, Chimichanga Guy, for the chat. Wow. Just, whew, crazy. Absolutely crazy here. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Got a lot of super chats in here. 214 likes. Let's get those up to 300 if we can. I'd love to get those up to 300. And about 500 steady concurrent viewers. That's beyond impressive, guys. And that's because of you. Thank you. I'm very grateful to you. So Tennessee is getting more aggressive in general, but it's not working, which is resulting in a death spiral. And Ohio State's O-line is providing just enough protection to make these plays develop. Ohio State's O-line is basically doing enough to win, which is what you want to see as well. And again, Jeremiah Smith is insane. That's my takeaways from that. I'm going to underline the fact that Jeremiah Smith is insane. Just absolute dominance. Again, it's a carpet bombing. But Ohio State's the one doing the carpet bombing here. No one else. Phew. Uncle Lou ain't going live, LOL. Yeah, I thought so. He typically only does like one live stream a Saturday, then the others on Patreon is typically what Uncle Lou does. Maybe I should do that for some games like next year to go live on Patreon, but we'll have to see. All right, the game is back on. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Uncle Lou. It's like what Hawk City said. He doesn't care who wins. He doesn't like Tennessee and OSU. He's having a great time regardless of that. I like Uncle Lou, and I want to get Uncle Lou on the channel at some point. That'd be very fun. But the game's back on. It's 1st and 10 for Ohio State at the 37. It's a run play for Henderson, and Tennessee's tackling struggling a bit. That should have been a TFL, but instead it's a gain of 5. Wow. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. Jeremiah Smith has crossed 1,000 receiving yards this year. And his 61 receptions, 1,005 receiving yards, and 11 receiving TDs are all records for Ohio State for a true freshman. Keeper for Will Howard, good blocking in front of him by G. Scott Jr. Almost had a hold. He got out for a 3-yard gain to the Tennessee 30, rather. Tennessee 30-yard line. Just domination by OSU, and I imagine they'll go for it again if it's 4th and 3, for example. This is kind of a slower drive, where now Ohio State is 12 minutes and 41 seconds of possession. Almost feel like they might slow down here, try and get it to 6 or 7 minutes left in the second quarter and make it 28-0. Will Howard is back there. Tennessee only sends 4. Don't know why. It's caught by Jeremiah Smith anyway. Doesn't matter. Gain of 10 out to the Tennessee 20. He's their best offensive player, and he's 19 years old, and he's a true freshman, which means, knowing how Brian Hartline's developed talent, he's going to get better. He's going to get better. He might finish out better than Jeremiah Smith and Garrett Wilson, which would be insane. Play action by Howard, lofts it, and it's intercepted, picked off by Tennessee. We'll see if he got his foot in bounds. I don't think he got his foot in bounds. I think he got his foot out of bounds, but we'll have to check. Let's see. Yeah, ball was knocked in the air. This sucks. This ruined everything. Gosh. All right, guys, am I back? Am I back, guys? Let me know if I'm back or not. Yeah, I'm back, right? Lower concurrent views, unfortunately, but is what it is. We'll hopefully get some of these guys back. All right, we're back, correct? And Tennessee, after that pick, has some momentum. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Yeah, the connection froze up. I should have connected an Ethernet cable before going live for this game. But, oh well. It is what it is. Hopefully, we'll probably get more concurrent viewers back here. Wow. Unfortunate, but is what it is. Okay. Tennessee is showing a little bit of life here after that pick. We'll see if they can take advantage. All right. Gonna put in some ads here, and then we'll be back after the commercials. Wow, it's just... What's going on is crazy. Now, Tennessee is showing some signs of life, but will that be sustainable here? I don't exactly know. We'll have to see. Wow. Yep, so they're in Ohio State territory. Tennessee is 1st and 10 at the 38. Fast start by OSU. They already have 14 minutes and 2 seconds of possession, by the way. The Buckeyes do. I'll probably be eating, by the way, at halftime, but I don't think that'll be much of a problem for any of you. And let's try and get this to 300 likes before halftime, guys. Let's get it to 300 likes. Thank you very much. And if we can, let's try and get to 600 concurrent viewers. That would be amazing. Alrighty. So Tennessee has some life. They're in Ohio State territory here. Score is still 21-0 Buckeyes. Still pouring it on. They're out at the 38. It is 1st and 10. Can Tennessee punch it in for a touchdown here? We'll have to see. They're huddling. 9:07 left in the second quarter. So let's see. Nico is back there. And they throw it. Incomplete pass. A little bit of an RPO there. Trying to get it to number 17, Chris Brazzell, the second. And it was an incomplete pass. RPO hit the turf. So 2nd and 10 for Tennessee. They are going to run the football and get just about a gain of 4, maybe 3, out to the Ohio State 35, 34-yard line. Dylan Sampson's out of the game, by the way. I wonder if he's hurt or not, but we'll have to check back in for that. So, 3rd and 6. This is obvious go-for-it territory here for Tennessee. Obviously. Got to get something going here. Ohio State only has 4 up on the line. Looks like they're going to creep, though, and send an all-out blitz. They do. Imaliava throws, and it's picked off. It's intercepted by Davison Igbinosun. And it looks like Nico is... Looks like Nico was on the ground. They're... Roughing the passer's been called on Kenyatta Jackson, so this interception will be taken back. It won't count. Igbinosun, though, struggled with holding and pass interference for much of the year. And at the end of the day... I don't think that's PI. He hit him right as he threw and got him down. I don't think that's pass interference. Or not pass interference, but roughing the passer. I don't think that's roughing the passer. Oh, that's a bad penalty in my mind. But we'll see if Ohio State can still get a stop here. Let's get this up to 300 likes. Tennessee 1st and 10 after that penalty there. Close to the red zone. Inside the red zone at the 19 of OSU. And it will be a RPO look for about a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 at the Ohio State 14-yard line. A little bit of an RPO there. So 2nd and 4, actually. It's from the Ohio State 13. Tennessee Volunteers are in a position to potentially score right here. Let's see if they can pay it off. Crowd is loud. 2nd and 4. There's going to be a false start on Tennessee. They're going to be moved back. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 18. It's going to be a false start. Several players false started. Yeah. Not good communication there. Yeah, the entire O-line like shifts before the center snaps the football. Second and 9. Crowd as loud as can be. You need a touchdown here if you're Tennessee. A field goal basically does nothing. 3 plays to extend the chains. Tennessee play action here. They are going to throw it, and it's very inaccurate. Incomplete right there. It's 3rd and 9. Nico Imaliava's inaccuracy has not been a strong point so far of this game. 3rd and 9 at the 18 of OSU. There's just nothing. Nothing. Yep. 1 of 4 on 3rd down is Tennessee with an average of 12.8 to go. It's 3rd and 9 from the 18. And it looks like Ohio State's going to send some pressure again. Dancing around, eager to get to Imaliava. They do send an all-out blitz. Imaliava throws to the end zone, and incomplete. No flags? No flags. 4th and 9. So, Styles right there in coverage. And that was Lorenzo Styles, the backup nickelback to Jordan Hancock, guarding Brew McCoy. Yeah, that was almost PI. If that was called PI, that would have been a better call than the roughing the passer. So Max Gilbert's going to attempt a 36-yard field goal. Tennessee's just trying to get something on the board here. 6:44 left in the game. And he makes it. So 21-3 will be the score here with 6:39 left. Tennessee does pay off the pick for a field goal, but still a 3-score lead for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And we're going to have a commercial break here. Okie dokie. So 21-3. Only thought I had is just like it was Tennessee's first Tennessee drive of the entire game, but they're still far behind. It's not the result you want if you're Tennessee here. 238 likes. Let's get that up to 300 before the half yet again. Let's read the chat. Yeah, Tennessee kicking a field goal is pretty laughable. At that point, you're kind of conceding the game, in my opinion. Yeah, 3 points is better than nothing, but still, you're down by 3. You're down by 3 scores, and if Ohio State scores a touchdown, you're down by 4. So, I don't think the 3 did much, in my mind. Maybe something, but I don't think it did much of anything right there. All right, so let's go. This stream is awesome for the sake that we are going to have the most views on a stream all day. Probably the most super chats as well, the most likes. This is an awesome, awesome stream. So stay on, guys. Stay on, and let's get this thing rolling. Hopefully we can get up to 1,000 concurrent viewers at some point. It'd be awesome to get 500 likes and to get some more super chats as well. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. We're not even to halftime yet. We're not even close to the 2-minute warning yet, and Well, Ohio State has 251 yards, Tennessee 68, 12 first downs to Tennessee's 5, 14 minutes and 2 seconds of possession to Tennessee's 9:19. So take from that what you will. It is a blowout. It is a carpet bombing in Columbus. Very, very, very big lead for Ohio State. Sam, did you expect the Vols offense to be this anemic? No, I did not. And GOAT RBX, will you stream next round of the playoffs? Yes, I will. So make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I go live. Yeah. We'll see what happens here for the rest of this game, but wow. And we're back. We're back. Only got 54 more likes to go before we hit 300. Let's hit 300 before halftime. I'd love that, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So Tennessee will kick it off here. Tennessee gets the ball out of second half, so the time to gain momentum is now. If you're Tennessee. 21-3. Ohio State. Will Howard comes out. Let's see what happens. 1st and 10. Ohio State's up 18 points, but you want to keep the foot on the gas if you're the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 from the 25. Motion out Judkins. It is going to be a run for Quinshon Judkins. Only gets about a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 26 for Ohio State. Oh wow, look at all the people who've joined the Discord server. Guys, join the Discord server and be active in the chat. Will Howard back to pass, has time. He's going to throw it out to Henderson. And Henderson gets about 8 yards, maybe 9 out to make it 3rd and 1. Good play. Good play right there by Ohio State. Third and 2 for the Buckeyes. 5:30 left in the game. It's 3rd and short, really 3rd and 1. I wonder if they just QB sneak it here with Will Howard. That is what they should do. I think it's what they're going to do. Nope, it's going to be a screen to Ibuka, and Ibuka's tackled for a 1-yard loss. 4th and 2. Good stop by Tennessee right there. Yeah, Pierce made that play, by the way, for Tennessee. Their best defensive end. So Ohio State will punt it away here. Tennessee with a chance to double dip. Fourth and 2 will be a punt. First punt for Joe McGuire for Tennessee, and it is going to roll into Tennessee territory. Tennessee will be pinned at, I think, about their inside their 20. So, I mean, that right there's a momentum killer for OSU. Because now you're slowing it down. You have an opportunity for Tennessee to get back in and maybe make it 21-10. And at that point, they're in the game. And it's not over. All right. 1st and 10 for Tennessee here. And they are down right at their own 21-yard line here for Tennessee. What can Ohio State do here? What can Tennessee do here? Your Tennessee, you got to get down, and another field goal here actually makes it a 2-score game. So another 3 here will do something. They're going to run the football and only get a gain of about 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Tennessee at their own 26. That's Lewis right there. Peyton Lewis, 3rd-string running back. Looks like Dylan Sampson probably is not going to come back into the football game. Some tempo. It is going to be a run for Nico, and he only gets about a gain of 2, so it'll be 3rd and 2 for Tennessee. He's already taken hits here, Nico Imaliava is. Squirrel White is heading into the locker room for Tennessee, so the injuries are piling up for this Volunteer offense that already has struggled here. 3rd and 2 with 3:36 remaining in the game. What does Tennessee do? Do they run it here? Do they pass? It is going to be a keeper for Imaliava, and I think he gets to the 1st down marker. But maybe he's short. Let's see. He did a good job following his blockers, but did he get there? Yeah, it's a 1st down for Tennessee. He extended, got an extra jump right there. And it is a RPO, and it's caught by Braylon Staley, who's going to get out to 2nd and short. So Tennessee now, they have some momentum to drive down and do something here. 2nd and 3 for Tennessee. They're at their own 38-yard line. And Tennessee's slowing this game down so that they can double dip with the goal of scoring before half, making it a 2-score game, and then scoring right at a halftime. It will be a run for a 1st down, a gain of 5 by Tennessee on the ground. That is, again, number 27, Peyton Lewis, the true freshman at running back. 1st and 10, and we are in the 2-minute warning. They're going to get the 2-minute timeout. Tennessee wanted to go fast. But Tennessee is beginning to heat up, but will it be enough? They're still down by 18 points. All right, 2-minute warning here. We're going to take a commercial break. We will be right back, everyone. Get us up to 300 likes if you can. Thank you. If you have YouTube Premium, again, you can hear me, but we're not gonna talk about things quite just yet. Okay. I think now, let me see if there's any super chats or questions to answer here. John Getz, 1st round of all sports playoffs are usually blowouts. I like the way it has played out. Tennessee is getting pounded as hard as anyone this far. My point. Exactly. Score is still wrong on your screen. Thank you very much. I just think the connection briefly timed out, and that messed with everything. Don't know why it did that. But there, it's refreshed. Thank you for keeping me updated, guys. We only got 39 likes to go until 300. Let's get there. Thank you. So, what are we thinking here? Tennessee, 90 total yards, 7 first downs. They're regaining control of the clock. So far, they're the only team that scored in the second quarter. Do we think they're going to march down and kick a field goal, score a touchdown, or do you think they're going to punt? And do you think Ohio State scores before the second quarter is over? Because so far, they have not scored at all in the second quarter. Let me know what you think. And we only need 11 more Super Chats of any amount for our giveaway to expand from 4 recipients to 5 recipients, which may include you. You're thinking of a turnover? Says Big Bucks fan. That's very possible. Very possible for there to be a turnover. Dylan Sampson's trying to run, but it looks like he's limping a bit. I think he's just a bit off kilter. He's trying to get back into action, but it looks like he is injured. First and 10. 2 minutes left in the game, and for Tennessee, they are from their own 43 for the first and 10. They have the momentum. They've scored 3 points here. 3 points again before halftime would actually be pretty impactful, making it a 2-score game. But can they get down the field? Ohio State's going to send 4. The O-line's doing a much better job of protecting Nico. It's a tipped ball, but still caught by Brew McCoy right there. That's for a gain of 12. So right at the Ohio State 46 is Tennessee for a first down and 10. Ohio State is 4 up front, still playing a pretty conservative bend but don't break defense here. 1:54 left in the second quarter. Ohio State has some pressure. They send some of it. Nico escapes. He's going to try and run for the first down, and he's going to get out for about a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 at the Ohio State 43. So I wonder if Ohio State's going to start sending more pressure, maybe. Maybe sending a 5th man. No, they're going to send 4 here. Good protection for Nico. He is going to throw it. It's incomplete, though. It'll be 3rd and 6. That right there was Sonny Styles in coverage and gave the receiver a big hit. So the offensive line did a good job with protection, but Ohio State there is sitting in zone, and Nico just had to throw it away to the running back. Now, 3rd and 6 for the Buckeyes here. Or for the Volunteers, but also for the Buckeyes. Big stop here. Looks like Ohio State might bring pressure. But they back off. They're going to give him the first down, I think. No, or they're going to make it 4th and inches. 4th and inches. Miles Kitzelman with the reception. It's 4th and inches. Tennessee is going to go for it. They're going quick to the line right here. And it is going to be a run burst. Deshaun Bishop for about a gain of 6 or 7. So Tennessee starting to run the football here. So it looks like no matter what, it'll probably be a 2-possession game entering half, with Ohio State failing to pile on the 3 touchdowns to start the game. It is a throw, missed tackle there by Davison Igbinosun, and Dante Thornton gets out to the Ohio State 15. So Tennessee's in the red zone again. The offense is beginning to heat up for the Buckeyes here. Only 35 likes away from 300, guys. Let's get it up to 300 before the half. Half's about to end very soon. And a pass batted down there Jack Sawyer batted the pass down. 2nd and 10 for the the Volunteers from the Ohio State 15. 48 seconds left. If you're Tennessee, just stay calm. Don't make any stupid errors and make sure you kick a field goal to make it a 15-point game. That would be huge. After how bad the first quarter started off, Tennessee would have some control. Ohio State does bring some pressure here. And Nico gets about 3rd and short. It got about a gain of 8 on the QB draw. Heupel will spend a timeout here. Was he down, though, a few yards back? They should review that. Nope, he was not down. He was good fight by Nico Imaliava. That's a hype play right there by him. Good fight. He's carrying this team right now. That's what's happening. Carrying the team. Alrighty, everyone. 460 concurrent views. Let's get up to 500 before the half. That would be incredible. Alrighty, can they cut into the lead? We'll have to see. 3rd and 2, 42 seconds remaining. Heupel spent a timeout here. Loud for Ohio State. Will they run it? Got 2 timeouts, so you think they might. Ohio State's playing pretty conservative on defense here, expecting a pass, playing pretty off coverage. We'll see what happens. It is going to be an option look, and Imaliava's picked up the first down. Gain of 3. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. 36 seconds. Now Heupel looks hyped up. Day looks a bit nervous. 30 seconds remaining in the game. 1st and goal from the 4. What does Ohio State do here? They are going to hand it off, and Bishop nearly breaks a tackle there. Got him behind the line of scrimmage, but he rolled out of the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2. Ohio State slowly giving up plays right there. Wow. Only 28 more likes before 300. You guys got this. 462 concurrent viewers. We can bump those numbers up. I know that for a fact. 2nd and goal from the 2. Can Tennessee punch it in here, or will Ohio State get another one of their goal line stops? We'll have to see. 2nd and goal. Remember, Tennessee gets the ball to start second half, so if they make it 21-10, they can march down and make it 21-17 or 21-18 right out of halftime and really take momentum back in this game. It's possible. But 2nd and goal at the 2. What will happen here? Deshaun Bishop back there. Another option look, and Nico gets in the end zone, barrels in. Tennessee punches it in and is going to outscore Ohio State 10-0 in the 2nd quarter. 16-play touchdown drive for 79 yards, 4 minutes of drive time. But Ohio State's a team that can get into field goal range in 20 seconds. They can get into field goal range in 20 seconds, guys. Make no mistake about that. And Tennessee makes the extra point. It is 21-10, Ohio State. So Ohio State's only given an 87.4% chance to win this game per FPI. Ohio State's a lot like Texas, though. They have elite speed, elite talent. They're more talented than Penn State and Notre Dame, for example. But Notre Dame and Penn State, I think, do a better job of keeping their foot on the gas in general. Ohio State and Texas are incapable of playing 4 full quarters of elite football. So 21-10, with 20 seconds remaining, I imagine that Ryan Day will want to get the ball back, try and get into field goal range. Only 13 likes before, 12 actually now before 300. Let's get us up to 300. Let's do it. I'm pumped. Very, very pumped. And we're nearing 500 concurrent viewers again. Tennessee kicks it off. They now have some confidence going into halftime. And Ohio State just lets it go to a touchback. .292 likes, only 8 more before 300. Let's do it. 1st and 10 for Ohio State with 20 seconds left. Are they going to be aggressive here? What are they going to do? I imagine they're just going to run it. They do, but Henderson hurdles a man and gets to the 41. Big run by him, and Ohio State takes a timeout. And they're out to their own 41. Nice run by Henderson. Henderson, 5 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown, by the way. Also has 3 receptions for 39 yards. Already has 90 total yards, Henderson does. Good play by him. Great play. Wow. So they can get a field goal here. Touchdown, of course, is very unlikely, but a field goal, they can get that. They can get a field goal. Also, only 3 likes before 300. Let's do it. We get to 300. That's incredible. All right. 1st and 10 from their own 40. Got about 30 yards to go before you can touch Jaden Fielding's potential field goal range. Tennessee sends pressure. Howard is well protected, though. G. Scott Jr. gets out of bounds for about a gain of 6 in 4 seconds. So 11 seconds left. Now you got to go about 25 more yards, 24 to get in field goal range, 23. One more like before we reach 300. Let's go. And we just crossed 300. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Okay, Tennessee sends a blitz. Howard is well protected as he throws. Henderson down, and you got 5 seconds left. So now you got to have a play to get out of bounds within like 3-4 seconds. Just a quick little play. Yeah. Good play there by Henderson again, who has over 50 receiving yards now. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, over 100 total yards in the game Travion Henderson has. 105 to be specific. Over 10 yards per play for Travion Henderson. Really good player right now. And I'd say currently the MVP. Henderson's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's see if they can get to field goal range. They're trying Jaden Fielding out. They have 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure they can get a playoff in 5 seconds. I don't know if I like this play. Just do do some quick out routes for like 3, 4, or 5 yards. They're trying him from 56. Fielding has not made a field goal attempt. Wow. I wonder if he's going to make it. And no, hooked it. No chance. Didn't even have the power. 21-10 at the half, Tennessee with all the momentum, but they're still down by 11. All right, we're going to take an ad break here, and we will be back. Honestly, based off of Ryan Day's emotion, he looks calmer and more controlled. So I don't think Ohio State's going to emotionally huddle up necessarily. So we'll see what happens. I like how matter-of-fact Josh Heupel is. He's very matter-of-fact. Make sure to join the Discord server, by the way, guys. Link in the description. And also in the top of the pinned comment. So now I can take off the headphones here because the game isn't, on. Okay, so really, Ohio State owned the first quarter. Tennessee won the second quarter. Tennessee didn't quite own the second quarter because remember, OSU could have had that touchdown pass that, of course, ended up being an interception. They could have, that could have been a touchdown pretty easily, or maybe an incomplete, and then they get a touchdown anyway. So Tennessee's gotten a few breaks here, but can they capitalize? And it's not enough breaks to where it's going to impact the result overall for Ohio State. At least it shouldn't. Ohio State's up by 11. If Tennessee marches down and gets a touchdown, they're still in the lead, and they can quickly open the game back up. I'd say the impressive players in the second half were Ohio State's running backs, their wide receivers as well, and I'm going to still say their DNs with Jack Sawyer. But Tennessee's offensive line, their quarterback, O-line, and also their DNs with that tackle that James Pierce Jr. made, critical. Critical. Let me get the Chinese food. Oh, this looks so good. Cheers. Oh, I need food. Need food. Wow. Holy moly. What a finish by Tennessee there, by the way. Kudos to them, to Josh Heupel. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why OSU kicked the field goal. Do some out routes to pick up 5 yards. Probably leave you with a second or two. And the field goal's at least closer. So, I don't know why they did that, but they did. It's not going to come back to haunt them or anything like that. What'll come back to haunt him, if anything, is that screen pass on 3rd and 2. And also Howard being too aggressive in throwing that pick in the end zone when he should have probably just taken a check down. Exactly, Mateo. Otherwise, the score could be 28 or 35-7. Wildcat Meow, let's go Tennessee. Go Tennessee. SFS Inverted says trust. Yep, if you're an Ohio State fan, you got to trust in what you've seen so far, because right now you look like the far better team. I mean, Tennessee scored 10 in the second quarter, and everything was a struggle. So I think Ohio State's still going to win here. Pretty convincingly. But we'll have to see. And Tennessee's defense has also made adjustments, so there is that part to this whole story. They've made adjustments. Yeah. So here we are. Here we are. No, there's not much commentary, but I need to eat. And, yeah. So what I'm seeing so far is the takeaways are Tennessee has the momentum, but they're still pretty far behind. Ohio State, on an average basis, is still winning the line of scrimmage. They're definitely still winning the air battle. Everything for Tennessee is hard. All of it's through their QB. This is probably not sustainable unless Ohio State doesn't score any more points for the rest of the game, which would be surprising, to say the least. And yeah, like Tennessee has a shot here, but they have to change some things still. And Ohio State just needs to put their foot back on the gas, and they should win. Doesn't get simpler than that, really. Want some delicious rice right here. I am telling you, China House in Pinckney, Michigan produces some of the best food ever. If you guys ever get the chance to try it, you should try it. It's phenomenal. Absolutely delicious. So, I think coming out of the second half, Tennessee will probably score, given how this is done. But then again, Ohio State and Jim Knowles are awesome at second half adjustments. So, they could force a punt. And if Ohio State scores a touchdown after a Tennessee punt, that's when you begin to think, oh, maybe the game's over. The amount of concurrent viewers that we keep getting is insane, despite the fact that halftime just kind of is what it is. But I think there's a lot of interest in the game, and at least I'm here with you guys, so that's better. That's better than nothing. Better than me taking the normal commercial break. I'm gonna put on my glasses, just to see better. rest my eyes a bit. Take them off after halftime. Remember, like the stream, comment, and if you want to talk to me during halftime, I don't typically do this or like to, but you'll probably have to send a super chat just because I'm starving and like I have to eat. I haven't eaten in 6 hours, and I am starving. So, yeah. Oh, well, speaking of which, someone just sent one. So, thank you, Claire Hosick, for the $2 super chat. It's your first ever. I appreciate this a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Claire. I appreciate that. Oh, and everything crashed, which makes sense. I was trying to check something on YouTube. Wow. Yeah, looks like Disney destroyed the streams I was watching. That's something I'm answering because it's funny. That is, yeah. Disney kills things. It does. It's not what it used to be. Holy cow, that's an impressive like to dislike ratio for a stream. Yeah, keep those likes up, guys. Keep them going. I want to get to 500 before the end of the video. Wow. So, I mean, let me read some of your comments right here, actually. People are talking about how they think that Tennessee might come back. Ohio State might choke it here. Others, SFS Inverted, a moderator on the channel, mentioned we haven't let an opponent score more than 17 since Oregon. That's another good point. Again, Jim Knowles, elite second-half adjustments, and the evidence for that is in the eye test and the analytics. Ohio State is 6th in opponent first-half points per game, allowing 7.2. They are 1st in opponent second-half points per game, allowing 3.8. They allow 0.8 third-quarter points per game and 3 fourth-quarter points per game. They're top 2 in those categories. They're 8th in first-quarter points per game, 10th in second-quarter points per game. Tennessee's defense is its strongest in the first half, specifically in the second quarter before halftime. Then they get weaker after that. Curious to see if that trend remains the same or if it breaks. Be very interesting. Oh, I feel bad for people. I feel bad for people who can't watch the game. That's ridiculous. But I'm hoping that I can help people who can't watch the game. Natman4793, what's the giveaway? The giveaway will probably be money, because that it'll be money or maybe merchandise is kind of what I'm thinking. And I'll have to make a decision, but it's going to be one of those two things, like Visa cards that will be mailed or emailed, and or merchandise. Probably the or, might do the and though. So yeah, giveaway is either going to be just money for you guys to spend on whatever you want to do, and maybe merchandise will be included, or it will be just merchandise. It'll be one of those three, the combination of the two, the money or the merchandise. Wow. 326 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. The concurrent views are still high. They're not dipping during halftime, which is something to celebrate if we're being honest. So yippee. You guys are staying on while I'm eating my Chinese food, which is just hilarious. Game might be back on now. Let me see if it's back on. Not quite yet. But we're going to do our second commercial break, and then we'll be right back. Typically do two during halftime, one at the beginning, one at the end. The end is nearing. Oh, okay. Well, you know what that tells me, what your super chat tells me is that you like this. You think your $1 entry is worth the potential Visa card and or merch. Could be both, but at least you'll get one of them. And the value for those is at least going to be like 15 to 20 bucks each. If it's a combo, it's obviously more than that. It'll be like $30 to $40 per person. I'll have to see. I'll have to do my budget, see if I can even afford that, because I have tuition to pay for and some other things. But thank you very much. Thank you, Natman4793 for the $1 super chat. I appreciate that. Sign me in, LOL. Love your content. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Okay. So, yep, we're going to take last little break here. We'll be right back. Yum. This food's so good. So good. It's absolutely delicious food. China House is good quality stuff, man. Make sure to check it out if you ever have a chance to be in Pinckney, Michigan. China House. And then there's Mimi's Diner in Hamburg, which is pretty delicious too. Pinckney Diner, not to hate on it, it's not quite as good, but still good. There's a lot of stuff to check out. But looks like the second half's about to come back on. Once it is, I'll put on my headphones so I can listen to the play-by-play from their end without it interrupting the stream. And then, yeah, we'll be good. I'm curious to see how OSU deals with Tennessee having the momentum, and also Tennessee's adjustments, because Ohio State's going to make adjustments on defense. And their defense is, I think, the best in the nation. I mean, what Clemson did to Texas, scoring 24 points and clawing their way back in, is probably going to be more of a reckoning for Texas's defense than anything Tennessee can do to OSU's defense. But Ohio State's just at a different level defensively. Are they a generational defense? I'd say they're close. It's basically last year's defense, OSU is. It's better at getting pressure. It's not as good at corner, so it's worse at defending the pass overall. A little bit better at stopping the run. That's kind of my view on this OSU defense. It's not quite as good as, let's say, like Michigan's last year. I don't think it has the same explosivity that Penn State's did last year. But last year's Penn State defense was like, their ceiling was higher than OSU's last year or this year's, but their floor was a lot lower. Like, you had a good O-line, good rushing attack. You ate that defense for breakfast. See Michigan, case in point. Ate them for breakfast. Just like how I'm eating what really is like a Chinese chicken nugget right now. Mitch B, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. It's your first ever super chat, so I appreciate that thank you for super chatting on the channel. And all we need is 8 more super chats of any amount. You can send the bare minimum even if you want. And we have 5 people available for the giveaway. 5. Not just 4. Volcano. Nico is an elite runner. Power running? Absolutely. He's an elite power runner. That length, the momentum that he carries when he falls forward is quite impressive. We only need 70 more likes, by the way, to get to 400. So let's get those likes up. Thank you very much. My hunger is slowly being satisfied. But we're currently not even close to the satisfaction point. Oh, the rice is falling everywhere. Prayers for Dylan Sampson, guys. Be praying for him. He's not expected to return. Be praying and hoping that he can return. He's not expected to. That's unfortunate. That sucks for Tennessee. Really stinks for them. I hope that he can return. Thank you for the update, Jimmy Chunga guy. All right, start of the third quarter is upon us very shortly. Looks like Sampson might get back in, guys. He has his helmet on. He's moving pretty good. Tennessee returns the kick, by the way, to their own 26. Alrighty. Let's see if Tennessee can make a comeback, ladies and gentlemen. Start of the third quarter. Now, this Ohio State crowd, they have had some minutes to rest their voices. It's going to get loud. Tennessee gets a push on the line of scrimmage, and Deshaun Bishop with a 6-yard carry out to the Tennessee 27. Good starting run to set the tempo of the remainder of the second half. Up tempo for Tennessee, play action for Nico Imaliava, and he's going to run, gets tripped up, and gets about a gain of 3 or 4. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 35 of Tennessee. Ohio State going quickly into what seems to be a goal line, and he gets a first down right there. Deshaun Bishop with a 1-yard carry to pick up a first down. Deshaun Bishop runs again for about a gain of 2 or 3. This time it'll be out to the Tennessee 38-39 yard line. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. And play action for Nico Imaliava. Flips it, it's incomplete. 3rd and 7 for Tennessee. Big third down here. As you know, Ohio State's offense is just begging to get back on the field. Tennessee's going up tempo. Four of 9. And there is another injury. Deshaun Bishop a little bit banged up. Slow to get up. Some limping going on there. We only need 62 more likes to get to 400. Let's pump those numbers up. We're going to continue work play-by-play calling here. 3rd and 7. Nico is 7 of 17 for 81 yards, 14 carries, 40 yards, and a score. He's been most effective on the ground so far tonight. Third and 7. Let's see what Tennessee does here. Ohio State looks like they may want to send some pressure here. They will send some pressure. And, wow, nice TFL there. That was by Lathan Ransom, the strong safety, who got up there immediately. And Peyton Lewis was taken down for a 4 or 5 yard loss. It'll be 4th and 11, 4th and 12 for the the Volunteers. Big play by the Buckeyes right there. They did a pitch. They did a pitch to try and negate the inside leverage, but Lathan Ransom was not letting that happen there. This will be a punt for Tennessee here. And it is a punt that goes out of bounds. And it will be out at the Ohio State 35. Bless me. Only a 31-yard punt, by the way. Not a good punt at all. Special teams has been benefiting Ohio State here. So, quick punt by Tennessee. Not a 3 and out, but a punt nonetheless. Let's see if Ohio State can make this a touchdown. Real quick, guys, I'm going to blow my nose. It's messing with my voice. Okie dokie. We're back. Just had to blow my nose there because that was just wow. Oh. Feel a lot clearer now in the head and in different things. Okay, so third quarter so far. Takeaway would be Jim Knowles made adjustments. And Tennessee, with a pitch on 3rd and 7 with your third string running back, tells me they're scared to pass. I think. They still don't entirely trust Nico through the air. Maybe on the ground they totally do, but through the air, I don't know if I buy that. So we'll have to wait and see a little bit. But I appreciate all of you being on during half. That was pretty incredible. Playoff games haunt me, says SFS Inverted. If you're an Ohio State fan, that's understandable. Not going to call that unjustified. If you get a touchdown here, then I think Ohio State fans should stop freaking out. But Tennessee's 10 unanswered points after 21. And Ohio State has not scored since 3:27 in the first quarter. If I'm being honest here, this kind of reminded me of, like Alabama, Georgia from earlier this year. But we'll see if that changes here. So Ohio State, 1st and 10 from their own 35. Very tight formation that Chip Kelly's running. They motion out Cardell Tate. It's going to be a run by Henderson, and Henderson is stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35 for the Buckeyes. Great job by Tillander, the linebacker core. Tennessee read this very well, and number 2 and number 27 on Tennessee's defense, Andre Turrentine, James Pierce Jr. did a pretty good job there tackling Henderson, making sure he couldn't get through, couldn't get loose. Henderson's going to line up as a receiver, actually, right here. Pretty tight formation. Ohio State does get pressured, but G. Scott Jr. with some power gets about a gain of 7 or 8. So it'll be 3rd and 2 from the Ohio State 43, 42. That's what it will be. Let's see if Ohio State runs it or if they pass it, because we know they don't exactly have faith in their power offense anymore. That is a liability for the Buckeyes. And Tennessee's playing up close to the line of scrimmage, looking like they're ready to snuff out a run. Motion Tate inside. It is going to be a throw, and it's caught. Nice catch by Emeka Igbuka for a gain of about 6, maybe 7 or 8 yards out to the 50. So 1st and 10 at the 50 for Ohio State. They extend their drive. Yeah, if Ohio State, you gotta keep using the speed. Use your speed. Tennessee does not have your speed, and that's both on offense and defense. It's a handoff for Henderson, who picks up a gain of 2 into Tennessee territory. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the Tennessee 48-yard line. We're only 59 likes away from 400 likes, by the way, guys. So keep those numbers up, and also make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification bell. That way you can get notified when we go live tomorrow at noon Eastern time to react to these games. It'll be incredible reactions here. It will be a fake pitch by Howard. Howard throws, and it's caught by G. Scott Jr. First down inside the 25. Pass for 25 yards to the Tennessee 23. Nose is plugged up, and I'm still going to try and call. All right. And play action by Howard, throws it deep, caught, Jeremiah Smith, touchdown, Ohio State. His second touchdown of the night, 23-yard touchdown reception, and it is 27-10. With Ohio State retaking the lead and pushing it to 3 scores yet again. Will be 28-10 pending the extra point. And they cooked Jermon McCoy right there, the left cornerback. He had no shot against Jeremiah Smith for the entire play. Smith now has 6 receptions for 104 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. Phenomenal player. Ohio State's taken back the momentum here. 9:16 left in the third quarter. And I may have to blow my nose again. Yep, his top receiver straight up beat Jermon McCoy, and he just did not have the speed to catch up to him. He did not. All right, I'm going to blow my nose again, but I'll be right back. We're only 52 likes away from 400, so keep getting those up. Thanks. Yeah, Howard is eating them alive. Wow. Okay, that's a lot better. Howard is 21 of 25 for 283 yards and 2 touchdowns. The one pick wasn't his fault. Amen. Amen. Wow. And you know what the beautiful thing about this is? This won't even be our biggest stream. It won't be. Like, Ohio State likely wins this game and plays Oregon in the Rose Bowl. That will be a massive stream for this channel. Penn State, Boise State will probably be a pretty big stream. I'd say Notre Dame, Georgia could be, and even Texas, Arizona State could be, because we had a lot of people on there. Remember to join our Discord server via the link in the pinned comment at the top of the comment section. Yeah, what Howard is doing tonight is pretty phenomenal, if we're being really honest about it here. All right, and we're back. So 28-10, it's back now with Ohio State. The momentum is. What's Tennessee going to do? How are they going to respond? Can they respond? Or have the second half adjustments just completely taken over? Oh, wow. We've crossed 21,363 subscribers. Let's try and cross 21,400 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I'd very much appreciate that. And it's a fair catch called by Tennessee. Only 8 more Super Chats can be the lowest amount for us to extend the amount of people in our giveaway receiving gifts from 4 to 5. And again, you will receive either a Visa card with probably 20, 25 bucks on it, or you'll receive that same amount in merchandise. That's what we'll do. And should we save it? I might save it for New Year's to celebrate the New Year. Because that way it'll be easier to determine things. And it is going to be Dylan Sampson gets the catch, but only for about a gain of 2 right there. He's back in the game. It's good to see him healthy. Tennessee's offensive line, Lance Hurd, Andrej Karic, Cooper Mays, Devonta Spraggins, and John Campbell Jr. have done a better job ever since that disastrous first quarter at protecting Nico and helping the run game. But Brew McCoy right there had only about a 2-yard reception to make it 3rd and 6. Great tackle there by, I believe Denzel Burke was in on the tackle there, but I could be wrong on that. Didn't exactly catch it. They need 6. 3rd and 6 from the 29 for Tennessee. Ohio State is going to send pressure likely. 5. Nope, they only send 3 and send a spy. All time for Nico, who's going to have to escape. And he does escape and picks up a first down. He has been elusive tonight. A lot, I think, like Drew Aller against OSU, where even under duress, rarely at times, he'd typically escape out of the pocket and pick up yards on his own. Yeah, he's making juke moves. Doing really well on the ground. But through the air, he's still 9 of 19 for only 85 yards. Not doing anything against this secondary. Nico back to pass under duress. And he makes another move again. Runs for about a gain of 6 or 7 out of the pocket, again under pressure, to pick up about a gain of 5 or 6, and he will be down at the Tennessee 43. Need to go 57 yards to get into the end zone and really make this a game again. Field goal technically makes it 2 scores, but it's 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. You want to get your touchdown here. Second and 5 from the 42. They send pressure up the middle. It is a shovel pass that goes for 1 yard. 3rd down and 4. It was to Dylan Sampson right there. That shovel pass was. Risky move given that Ohio State was doing a pretty good job at the line of holding their water. Yeah. Ohio State's sending 4 most of the time. Kirk Herbstreit's doing a good job pointing this out. They're begging Tennessee to run. But if you're Tennessee, you're not going to run. You don't have the time. You're down by 18 points, and the game's closing in on 20 minutes until it's over. Nico back to throw. Tipped at the line. It's batted down. It will be 4th and 4. That was Cody Simon, who's had a phenomenal All-American caliber season at linebacker, who had that tip. And right there, Cody Simon was just playing QB spy, then was about to go and blitz in between, I think, the A or B gap inside the O-line. And now Tennessee's going to punt this away on 4th and 4. So let's see what Ohio State's going to do. And it's another punt that's kind of Ohio State gets the ball down at the 18. Brandon Innes on the fair catch. Wow. So yet again, it could be 35-10. That could be this next upcoming score, but Ohio State firmly in control. Tennessee kind of fulfilled more of my prediction than it looked like originally. Like, they did get some points. They gave Ohio State some issues. But ultimately, right now, the Buckeyes are in front. They're going to cover. They're leading by 3 scores. I predicted them to win by 3. And really for it to be more dominant than a 3-score win, but because of Ohio State's limits in the trenches and how they haven't really gone downfield this year, and they haven't exactly been great at it either, unless it's a busted coverage, I kind of thought to myself that the score of the game would be closer than the actual result. But Ohio State scored 4 touchdowns, and 2 of them have been deep balls to Jeremiah Smith. So it's crazy to see the fact that this Ohio State team, look, this is what you get from Ryan Day in the playoffs. Ryan Day in the playoffs is a maverick and a genius. The only teams he lost to in the playoffs were 19 Clemson, 14-1 with Trevor Lawrence. First ever playoff game. You can give him some grace there. 2020 against Alabama, a team who, outside of 2001 Miami, was the best team in the 21st century, in my opinion. And 2022 Georgia. That choke job at the end was sort of inexcusable, but the fact that Georgia had that much of a trench matchup against Ohio State, and Ohio State was beating them by multiple scores for much of the game, is pretty impressive here. So I'm going to give credit to Ryan Day here, and of course some of it is Chip Kelly, but this right now reminds me more of a Ryan Day game. I mean, think about it. They've passed for 25 attempts. They've only ran for 16. They're going pass heavy. This is a Ryan Day game. So even if Kelly's calling the plays, Day cooked up the game plan in my mind, and he's calling a phenomenal game right now. I mean, I still had him ranked inside of my top 5 coaching power rankings after the Michigan game. I lowered him from 2 to 5. It's not like I'm gonna raise his ranking after this game because I expected them to do well. But regardless, he's not a bad coach. Again, he has a Michigan problem. That's Ryan Day's issue. Is with Michigan. All right, well, thank you all for the super chats today. Oh, we got another one. SFS inverted hot take, but this game is making me want Day as the coach even more. $5 super chat. I will say after this game, you can't fire Day. You can't do it. 11-3, big playoff win at home that is going to give the fan base some hope for the long term. Yeah. Quinshon Judkins gets a run of 4, and SFS inverted, you don't need to send super chats to talk to me. It's encouraged, and when the chat's busy like this, it's a great way to get my attention. But I've been reading chats, especially from our moderators here, because of the good work they do. I like to try and, pay attention to them. I'll be reading comments. They don't have to be super chats, just a great way to get my attention. But thank you for the $4 super chat. Yeah, this game is what this game makes me want is not want Day Moore as the head coach from an objective standpoint. What it makes me think is that he should be the play caller. That's what it makes me think. And Judkins with a massive gain of about 8 right there. He's out to the Ohio State 31. Stephen Needlin, what I meant by 11-2, not 11-3, is Oregon's going to be favored. The Rose Bowl's in Oregon territory, and I still think Oregon's going to beat this team. And also, if Day's going to get fired, or if there's going to be a talk about it, it's because he's going to lose to Oregon, because they're not losing to Tennessee here. So even worst case scenario, following what is going to be a win here, Quinshon Judkins with a pickup of 6 down to the 36-yard line, 35 of Ohio State, doesn't matter. You won your home game. You were undefeated at home outside of the Michigan game. You beat... You beat 2 top 10 teams at home. Lambda, Penn State fan, I think Ohio State's going to win the Natty. I respect that. But thank you, SFS Inverter, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that very, very much. And Will Howard's going to take off and run and pick up a gain of 5 on 2nd and 5 out to the Ohio State 45-yard line right there. Good run by him. So the run game, Chimichanga Guy was just saying this in the chat right now. The run game for OSU is really beginning to pop. They're averaging 5.2 yards per carry. They have 102 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Tennessee's only running for 33.1 yards per carry. Also, by the way, my prediction that Tennessee would finish with more rushing yards than passing yards is likely are potentially able to hit. They have 87 rushing yards, only 86 passing yards. Howard on the play action hits his guy out of the backfield. Is that Travion Henderson for a gain of 7? No. It is number 89. I believe that is, Will Kazmarek, the tight end, for a gain of 7 out to the Tennessee 48. Day will pick up his second playoff win as head coach. Another top 10 win for Ryan Day. And there's unfortunately an injured Tennessee player. You hate to see that. You hate to see it. Hate to see an injured Tennessee player. Wow. Hopefully he's okay. And those red uniforms for Ohio State, by the way, I don't care what anyone says, they're electric. It was a good decision for them to scarlet everything out. Some people on Twitter were criticizing the decision. It's like, guys, they should beat Tennessee. They can wear the special uniforms against Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Like, that's what they're reserved for. This game against Tennessee is not special. It's an expected win. If Ohio State wasn't to beat Tennessee, I wouldn't be able to defend Ryan Day anymore. And I'd actually start agreeing with the people who would maybe say we should get him out. But it's not happening. Are you at the stadium, SFS Inverted? I see that you're saying SEC chant in the stadium. Are you at Or are you at the stadium? Ducks fan 99, I appreciate your confidence in the Ducks. Yeah, look, Ohio State can't have a second quarter like they did against Oregon. And Oregon's receivers and QB and O-line are all special, collegiately. NFL-wise, their receivers and O-line special, not necessarily Gabriel. And Oregon's rushing attack just via the eye test is better than Tennessee's. Tennessee does well on the ground because they run at you over and over again and because they don't fall behind. Well, they've fallen behind and they're playing a top 10 rushing defense. So they're not going to pop big runs. That's the difference between, let's say, what Tennessee has on its O-line and running back room and what Oregon has, where Jordan James can pop a big run here and there. And they have NFL offensive tackles to protect Gabriel and make Ohio State take risks on defense. Ohio State hasn't had to take many risks on defense tonight. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I think you have. But they have not had to take many risks. So, yeah, I'm very confident in Oregon. And I'm not, I thought that Georgia would likely beat whoever they played. I was going to probably pick that. I think that, ironically enough, I was especially going to pick Georgia to win if Notre Dame won against Indiana, because Notre Dame's more one-dimensional than IU. Obviously now, if IU played Georgia, I'd pick Georgia to win by, in the 20s, maybe 30s. But Notre Dame's one-dimensional going up against the best head coach in college football with an elite roster. That's not good for Notre Dame. They can win though. They can. And Marcus Freeman has impressed me. So it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in the sport of college football. Martin Ortiz, is the game still going on? Yes. And Ohio State can beat Oregon. I mean, they traveled across the time zones to play Oregon within one. My thought process is just, Ohio State's O-line's gotten worse. They're more one-dimensional now. That is a big pickup by, that's Henderson. Yeah, who shows some power there to pick up a gain of 6. Henderson's evolved beyond just a speed and space back. He can get some power if he gets his acceleration going. He's a wonderful blocker. One of the best players on Ohio State's roster right now. Their best players, their top 3 players offensively are Jeremiah Smith, Emeka Egbuka, and Travion Henderson. That's their top 3 players on offense. On defense, it's Caleb Downs, Lathan Ransom, and I'd probably still say Cody Simon, although Jack Sawyer's contending. It's a play action by Howard at the Tennessee 42, and he throws a dart across the right side of the field to Carnell Tate, and that's caught inside of the Tennessee 25. It'll be 1st and 10 of the Tennessee 24. Ohio State is over 418 total yards to Tennessee's 173, 21 first downs to Tennessee's 13, and 23 minutes and 26 seconds of possession to Tennessee's 1905. And beautiful catch by Tate right there. Beat his guys and made a catch that in the NFL would be called a catch. Got 2 feet in. Nice practice for the league. And Will Howard, play action. He's targeting Jeremiah Smith. Overthrew his man, though. And for Tennessee, I thought that I think they had Arion Carter on him, a linebacker. I thought he did maybe all right in coverage, but maybe he held him. Nope, they got Tennessee on an illegal substitution. So that's just a win right there. And Ohio State is now inside of the Tennessee 20. They're in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 5 from the Tennessee 19. No huddle by OSU. Tempo, when they snapped the ball, Tennessee had 12 men on the field. They didn't get it off in time. 1st and 5 from the 19. Ohio State looking to punch this in, make it 35-10 right here. And it's going to be a play action by Howard. Pressure in his face, throws it to the end zone. And incomplete, but a flag. That was Jermond McCoy again, their best cover corner. And Jeremiah Smith is owning him everywhere. Beat him for a touchdown, drew a PI right here. And it'll be half the distance to the goal, and it will probably be 1st and goal for Ohio State at about the 10. Wow. Yeah, Tennessee can't do anything. Tennessee's helpless. What Ohio State's doing right now is they are the Hulk, and Tennessee is a school bus full of children, and the Hulk is beating up the bus until it explodes and lights on fire. That's what Ohio State's doing. Again, it's a carpet bombing in Columbus, and it's the Buckeyes doing the bombing here. 1st and goal, 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter. OSU is beginning to wear down Tennessee. They're in a tight power formation here. It is a play-action pass, though, to Judkins, and Judkins is going to be out at, I believe, the 1. Didn't quite reach the pylon, but 2nd and goal from the 1. I took notes on all of these games. We have like a lot to get to tomorrow that we're going to talk about. 2nd and goal from the 1, and it looks like there might be a false start on Ohio State. That's what it looks like. Yeah, false start on OSU. Oh no, Tennessee took a timeout. That's what happened. Tennessee knows how important this is. Hold them to a field goal. It's a 21-point deficit, but you give up a touchdown here, the game's even more over than it already is. All right. All right, guys. We only have 48 likes before we get to 400. Please like the stream. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much for the super chats, for the gained subscribers. We're only 34 subscribers away from hitting 21,400, so that would be awesome if you guys can help us reach that goal as well. Hit 21,400 before the end of tonight. Be quite incredible. Sam, quick question. Who would you take in a hypothetical? Ohio State or Georgia, Texas? It would be, after today, I'm more confident Ohio State would beat Texas than I previously would have been, because I think that Texas's secondary, they're not overrated. They're still very good, but they're overvalued. It's clear that they just haven't faced they haven't faced a QB with true NFL talent yet all season long. They haven't. And by true NFL talent, I mean like first-round potential. Carson Beck does not have first-round potential at QB, just based off of this year. Judkins gets the ball, touchdown Ohio State from the 1. Buckeyes make it 34-10, 35-10 pending the extra point. Judkins is in. I know that Georgia's without their QB1. I'm just talking about like hypothetical. I would pick Ohio State. It'd be easier for me to pick OSU over Texas than over Georgia. But Ohio State right now has they have the slightly better roster than Georgia right now. Georgia's much better in the trenches, but Ohio State's much better in secondary, wide receiver, better players at running back, and they have the better QB. So I would go with OSU over both of those SEC teams. I think right now, after today, and from the Big Ten championship game and from the regular season, I've thought for basically the entire year the 3 best Big Ten teams are better than anyone in the SEC. That's just my personal opinion, though. You guys can disagree. I think the team with the highest ceiling from the SEC right now is probably Texas. If they can figure out their secondary after that game, and if they can run the football better, especially with Georgia. You know, Georgia has, of course, Gunnar Stockton. Texas figured him out in the fourth quarter. Other defenses are eventually going to figure him out. He's not as good of a passer as Carson Beck is. Defenses will figure him out. If Georgia wins it all, it's because of their defense, it's because of their O-line, their D-line, and probably their run game coming a little bit more alive than it has at any point of the season. And maybe some defensive touchdowns, too. Georgia, the QB injury hurts. Now, they can win it all, but the only reason I'd pick them to is smart. Let's say if they had James Franklin as their head coach, even with that roster, not picking Georgia to win it all. Not doing it. It's having a backup QB to play 3 games to win it all against all opponents, likely Penn State in the semifinal if you beat Notre Dame in the quarterfinal, and likely Oregon, Ohio State, or Texas. To play 3 teams in a row that have top 15 or probably all top 10 defenses that all have top 10 offenses as well, or is just insane for a backup QB to win those 3 games in a row. Oh, now OSU did it with Cardale Jones, but that was 2 games. 3's a little bit different, and that OSU team was better than this Georgia team. But then again, the field is one of its weakest ever in college football this year. This is a very down year in football. All right, only 40 more likes before we can hit 300 total, and we only need 30 more subs. So like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. It is a screen pass to number 27 for Tennessee, that being Peyton Lewis, and it's only a gain of 2. Only 1:07 left in the third quarter. Again, 35-10, Ohio State. Dominating this game. And they are going to run it with Lewis, and Lewis is actually going to pick up a first down with a gain of 8. So again, I mean, that Tennessee pick of they have 88 passing yards, 95 rushing yards right now. I'm hoping that hits because that'd be a pretty... Oh, and a sack by Jack Sawyer on Nico Imaliava. Sawyer in the backfield with his 2nd sack of the day, building his NFL resume. Just came right at Imaliava and boom, done. So, yeah, just right in Imaliava's face. He sacked all the way back at the 25 for Tennessee. So that is going to be 2nd and 20, maybe 2nd and 19, 2nd and 18 due to forward progress. Yeah, 2nd and 18 from the Tennessee 27. And they just let the clock run down. It's going to be at the end of the third quarter. So in the first and third quarter, Ohio State's outscored Tennessee 35-0. In the second quarter, Tennessee outscored Ohio State 10-0. So a lot of shutouts for both of these teams quarter to quarter, but overall Ohio State is the superior football team, and that is why they are going to win this game. So yeah, Oregon's too fast for every defense. They are. I mean, look what they did to Penn State, and look what Penn State did today against SMU. Also, look what Penn State did against Ohio State. Just saying, Oregon's offense is that good. It's the nation's best offense when functioning at peak capacity. It's even better than Miami, because I think Miami's O-line's far inferior, even though their QB is better. This is not far off from my prediction of 34-18. No, it is not. You and I were in strict agreement that Ohio State was the better team here and that they were going to dominate. Chimichanga Guy says Tennessee fans are leaving. Well, of course they are. They're down by 4 scores. Talked all that. I had to put up with fans from everywhere, like even some Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan, by the way. Some Michigan fans were like, oh, well, Tennessee is going to walk in there the tougher team. There's this one film guy who said that, you know, Tennessee's going to win because they're the tougher. It's like, they fell for the trap that I fell for with Indiana Notre Dame, where guys, you're looking into it too much. That's what I did with Indiana Notre Dame. I looked into it too much. The reality is, yes, Indiana is more balanced, but Notre Dame's more talented, and Indiana doesn't have any X-Factor players to negate, like Xavier Watts, for example, at free safety, who's an X-Factor. They don't have any alien players, correction. They have X-Factor players, just not alien players. Alien is like the next step above X-Factor. Xavier Watts was everywhere, shutting down Indiana's offense, and because Notre Dame had better talent, depth, and also the crowd at their back, they slowly just ground up Indiana and spit them out. It was going to be the same thing here. I mean, there was a time where Indiana was actually winning the line of scrimmage battle against Notre Dame. It didn't matter, though, because Notre Dame was more efficient with their drives. They just were, and things looked easier for them. It's the same thing here. I'm so happy I didn't fall for that this time around. So I'm going to be 3-1. My model is going to be... I'll have to check the Texas-Clemson spread, but I imagine it picked Texas to cover. My model, I think, after this weekend is going to be 4-0 in money line for the playoff and 3-1 against the spread. It picked Indiana to cover against Notre Dame, but due to home field advantage, it actually picked Notre Dame to win. So the model was smarter than I was about that game. The potential power index, that being. Only 36 more likes. 36 more likes before we get to 400. Get us up there, and we only need 30 more subscribers as well. Second and 18 for Tennessee coming out of the huddle. Yeah, the stadium is a whole lot less orange in it right now. A lot less. Ohio State up, 4 down linemen. It is going to be a shovel pass to Peyton Lewis, but he only gets about a gain of 3, maybe 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15, 3rd and 16 for the Volunteers. Whew. Yeah, we're going to be going live for all the quarterfinal games. All the quarterfinal games we're going to be going live for. And this will be a tradition as long as this channel is a thing, which I hope is for decades to come. Imaliava is pressured, runs up the middle, dodges a man. Cody Simon is able to get him, though. There's a good effort by Imaliava, but he only gets about a gain of 9. Maybe 8. It'll be 4th down and 6 for Tennessee. The question is, do they go for it here? It looks like they are going to go for it. That's funny. Still have more rushing yards than passing yards. Haven't hit 100 in either of them, by the way. Haven't hit 100 in either. 4th and 6 from their own 44. Or 36, rather. The first down marker's at the 45. And snap in the face of Imaliava. He throws it, and it's incomplete. He wanted his man, Chris Brazel II, but it was incomplete. Ohio State will take over at the Tennessee 39 with a chance to make this game even uglier. This is this right here, just in terms of overall team performance, like Indiana's offense, worst performance from an offense I've seen in a playoff game since Michigan in 2021. But in all honesty, probably even worse than that, because that Notre Dame team, it does not have the same defense that 2021 Georgia did. So it's probably far, far before that, if not like since Notre Dame since 2018 since Ohio State in 2016. That was the worst offensive performance I've seen in a game from a team since OSU in 2016 was Indiana last night. The worst defensive performance in a playoff game, I think, has been Clemson so far. If not for some of those 4th down conversions where like Texas just kind of floundered and on another day they make them, the score is even worse. It's worse than Tennessee because Texas does not have the same high-caliber offense that OSU does. OSU's been very efficient at quarterback, elite at wide receiver. Yes, Texas has the better O-line and tight end, but that's about it, and they're not as effective as Ohio State is. Offensively, they're just not. The worst overall game, though, I think is this one right here, if Ohio State makes it 42-10. Because 21-0 in the first quarter, you've been shut out for 2 quarters as Tennessee. I think that interception in the end zone was a questionable call. There were some questionable calls that went Tennessee's way. Not saying the refs were doing anything like in terms of like corruption. That's not what I'm saying. They were close calls. They weren't bad, but they were questionable. They could have gone the other way on a different day, and if they did, we'd be talking about Ohio State probably 42, Tennessee 3 right now. It's just crazy what's going on here. Only 29 more likes before we hit 400. Only 30 more subscribers before we hit 21,400. Thank you guys very much for the support, for the super chats, for everything. The fact that Desmond Howard picked Ohio State to win should have showed something. He did? That's shocking. Everyone said Ohio State would struggle. Buckeyes steamrolling. And they said Indiana didn't belong. Tennessee's not better than Indiana. No power ratings metric that doesn't heavily lean on priors would tell you that Tennessee's much better than IU. No power rating system. None of them. Only 29 subs to 21,400, 22 likes until 400. And our concurrent viewers are a little bit back up, which is good. We'll be taking a commercial break here the next chance we get. Insert some ads. That'll probably be the final one of the game. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. It's a good game. It's not over yet, but Ohio State's very likely going to win here. They're probably going to punch it in, make it 42-10. What we'll start doing here is we will start talking about kind of the next few games, the plan for tomorrow, the next few weeks sort of deal. Travion Henderson hurdles a man, gets tackled for a 3-yard loss, though, back to his own 42. It'll be 2nd and 13. Tennessee kind of blew up that run play there. Holy cow. So 2nd and 13. Ohio State is more than double of Tennessee's yards. It is going to be a fake handoff. It's going to be a speed option for Howard. Howard falls down, and they say that Howard was down there at the 30. We'll see if he fumbled or not. He may have fumbled at the end of that, and Tennessee will recover if Will Howard didn't fumble. But that was a nice speed option play. That's something that we haven't seen from OSU really all year, is a speed option. And I wonder why that is. But they're in a position to where they can use that now. Oh, another super chat. Gotta look at that. Ayo Truth, thank you for the $2 super chat. I very much appreciate it. We're now past $50 in super chats. We got 14. They ruled that he was down, Will Howard. So, yeah, they ruled that he was down. So they picked up a first down again on the ground. Will Howard ran for 6 yards to the Tennessee 24. Yeah, exactly, Joe G. Tennessee has played no differently than IU, no differently from SMU. And Will Howard throws it away. It's going to be 2nd and 10. And by the way, guys, you see that goal counter up there? Just ignore that. If we have like some more super chats, I'll do that regardless of the goal expiring. Doesn't matter to me. I was just meaning that more so for the stream. I figured the stream would take, you know, about 3 hours. That's what I was kind of figuring. But we're at the 3-hour mark right now. Whereabouts. Henderson bounces outside and is going to get to the end zone. Right? What an amazing play by Henderson. His O-line didn't do anything for him, and what he ends up doing is getting a 24-yard rushing touchdown. That puts him at 80 yards on 10 carries for 2 scores, and then through the air, what does he have? 54 receiving yards. Make this man running back number 1. He's better than Judkins in big games. I'm telling you. Not that Judkins is bad. Judkins is very good, but he's better than Judkins in big games because his speed and acceleration's a non-negotiable. Judkins kind of turns into a power back in big games. Judkins ain't a non-negotiable. He's an X-Factor player. Non-negotiable / alien's a totally different story. That's Travion Henderson. It's 41-10. Will be 42-10 pending the extra point, and the extra point is good. By the way, guess how much Ohio State's rushing for? 5.8 yards per carry for exactly 150 yards. Howard, 311 yards passing, 10.7 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Crazy. What's going on here? Mega Eing, $1 super chat. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. All right, I don't even need to hear the broadcast anymore because there's no point. So I'm gonna turn off my phone. That's the only way I can connect to the audio through my speakers. Turn off my phone. Get this off my head because it hurts my ears. Oh, that feels so much better. And turn this game on YouTube TV. I can't wait for some bowl games this coming week. Also for the playoff games, of course. Wow. Just what a game. What a game. Okay, I'm going to insert some... Nope. No ads to be inserted. At all. Wow. All right, we'll insert some ads and be right back. Wow. So if you're Ohio State, it's a top 10 win because Tennessee was ranked what, like 8th? No, they were ranked 7th. Tennessee was ranked 7th. And I think this also tells me not that necessarily Ohio State's uber better than Georgia, but they're certainly more dynamic than Georgia is, and they can blow a game more open more easily than the Bulldogs can. So, good on the Buckeyes. All right, and we're back here in the 4th quarter. Oh, got another super chat. Thank you guys so much. Craig Essick, well done, Sam. Go Bucks. Go Buckeyes. Go Buckeyes. Great win for Day. He looks happy, relieved, as he should be. Giving a hug to Sawyer there. That is a great shot. If I can somehow get that shot, like in a picture, I might use that as the background to my reaction video. Yeah, thank you, Craig, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. We try and do a good job here. And go Buckeyes. Your team is owning the 3rd best team in the SEC per standings. In reality, I think that Tennessee I don't know if they're better exactly than South Carolina. Power ratings would say Ole Miss is better, but Ole Miss is good in power ratings for the same way that for the same reason IU is, because they perform very well analytically, but their talent is a limiting factor. Like their trenches in particular. Sawyer, I don't know what he's yelling in the camera, but he's yelling something, and he's on the sidelines now. He's done for the day. Good for him. Alrighty. So, 1st and 10 for Tennessee at their own 25. Incomplete pass. Tried to get it out again to Chris Brazzell II, but just nothing doing right there. 42-10. Dominance. Straight dominance. Ohio State brings some pressure, and that is a fumble right there. I think it's recovered by Tennessee. But for Ohio State, that is JT Tuimoloau is still out there, and he gets a sack, gets a forced fumble. I believe, again, it's recovered by Tennessee, maybe by Imaliava himself. But pressure, forced fumble, and that's a good play by Tuimoloau. Setting Tennessee behind the chains. It will be, 3rd and 18. By the way, Tennessee, no sacks. Ohio State, 4 sacks. It's 3rd and 18 from their own 17-yard line. Holy mackerel. And incomplete. Try to get it to Brazzell again. But right there was Ohio State's number 24, Jermaine Matthews Jr., who I think, despite being the backup corner to Denzel Burke, is an All-American caliber cornerback right there. This will be Ryan Day's first ever win against an SEC team, which is huge momentum-wise from him. It's like Jim Harbaugh beating Wisconsin in 2021. He finally beat a team on the road as a spread underdog. Can't say he can't do that anymore. It's the same thing with him beating OSU in 2021. Can't say he can't beat OSU anymore. And for Ryan Day now, you can't say he can't beat SEC teams because he just did, and he blew one out. People were talking about how this Tennessee team was different all season long, and to me, the style of play might be different, but the ceiling of the team isn't different at all. In 2022, they get smoked by Georgia in Sanford. This year, lose to Georgia in Sanford again and get smoked by Ohio State in the preseason. Or in the postseason, rather. Is what it is. Yeah, Jermaine Matthews Jr., I think this is something that Chris Drew talked about on the podcast that him and I did. The episode was about over 30 minutes long. Ohio State doesn't rotate a lot of players, and I feel like if they put in Jermaine Matthews Jr., they would be better in coverage. You don't have to take a screenshot for me, SFS Inverter. I guarantee you that shot will circle the web. I guarantee you that circles the web. Maybe it doesn't, but we'll, like, if it doesn't, oh well, I'll find a better image. IUND ended up being the best games. Just keep chopping. I disagree. I think it was Texas Clemson. I think that was the most entertaining game because remember, Clemson nearly came back in the fourth quarter, and they were within a score at one point in the fourth quarter. Every other game was definitively over by the fourth. I think Texas Clemson was the best game, in my opinion. Coincidentally, from these first 4 games, I also think that Penn State and Ohio State are the best teams in the country. Texas and Notre Dame could be better than Penn State. Also, maybe could be better than OSU. But I think the 2 Big Ten teams are the best right now out of those first 4. We'll just have to see. Yeah, man, Ohio State is just blowing these guys out. Only 16 more likes. Only 16 more likes before we hit 400, and only 29 more subscribers are needed before we hit 21,400 subscribers. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Many of you probably think that you're subscribed, but you may not be. So please hit that subscribe button. It's very helpful to not just the channel, but also to you, because that you get notified and of when I go live or release videos. And yeah, you get to be a part of the best Big Ten football community on YouTube, and we're aspiring to become the best college football community on YouTube. So that would be wonderful. We're so close to 400. This is going to be awesome. Best stream of the day, and it's the last one. It's going to be good to sleep tonight. And only 26 more subs before reach 21,400. Okay, it is going to be a handoff. That is that to Henderson? Or is that to a backup? It's a tackle for loss. Devin Brown is in the game, despite his entry into the portal. I think they want to... Yeah, this confirms to me they want to redshirt Julian Sayin. And they may, to a certain degree, believe that Devin Brown's a better QB. But it's probably more likely the former. They want to redshirt Sayin. Or maybe Sayin wants to be redshirted. I don't know how that works. Devin Brown back to throw. It is caught for a gain of 6. That is by Brandon Innes, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 50. Now it's just a winding game. It's James Peoples, by the way, at running back. The starters are pretty much all subbed out. We hit 400 likes. Thank you so much. That's awesome. You'll hear no more from me about likes for the rest of this. And we only need 23 more subscribers before hitting 21,400. So please, if you have not already, check and make sure you're subscribed. We gained about 200 subscribers today, which is just plainly incredible. They are going to hand it off here to James Peoples for about a gain of 1. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 49 of Tennessee. Bless me. Playoff games don't count against red shirts. Interesting. Well, then I think Sayin should be out there, but maybe they'll put him out there after this punt. This is just going to be a drawn-out final 8 minutes, isn't it? Drawn out. So, what do you guys think about these semifinal games? Or quarterfinal games, rather. What do you guys think? Oh crap. Tennessee currently has more passing yards than rushing yards because of the sacks. That's that's pretty funny. Although I will say, if you count out sack yards, then Tennessee still has more. They still have more rushing yards than passing yards, if you count out the sacks. But it is what it is. It's just a prediction of mine that actually aged fairly well. Nick P. Sam, if one team didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, who would it be? If it's one who made it, it would be SMU, using the current system. If we weren't using a system of guaranteed conference champions, it would be Clemson. That's my stance on all of this. So, an ACC team, SMU or Clemson, that's the one who doesn't deserve to be in. Because I think Arizona State's better than Clemson, and Boise State's overall season performance I think is better than Clemson's as well. So, yeah. That's the one. If I had to pick, it'd be Clemson or SMU. It is going to be a screen pass for only about a gain of 3, and that right there is to Braylon Staley. Nico Imaliava is still in the game, of course. He's 13 of 26, or 28 for 96 passing yards. Has not done anything, really, this game. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 6. Dylan Sampson sitting out and resting. Makes sense in my mind. Now, here's the thing with Tennessee. If you're a Tennessee fan still watching this channel, I don't know if you are still watching this game, but your team has some youth on it. I mean, Nico is just a redshirt freshman QB. The front of the defense, the trenches are very old. You'll be losing a lot of those guys. But still, there is some youth on the team, and Nico Imaliava is just a true freshman. Or not a true freshman, a redshirt freshman. A freshman nonetheless, so he can take steps forward. And another incomplete pass. Nico Imaliava was looking for his man. That was Mike Matthews. True freshman, 5-star out of high school. It's going to be 4th and 6, and a punt likely for the Volunteers. 13 of 29 for 96 yards is just not a good stat line. That means Nico is averaging 3.3 yards per pass attempt. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Almost blocked the punt. Not quite, though. And Innis Fair catches it at the Ohio State 42. Tennessee, first-string offense, 3 and out against Ohio State, second and third stringers. Yeah, because Ohio State's defense is that deep, and Tennessee's offense is that dysfunctional. Just spitting facts here, guys. That's why I picked Ohio State to win big here. Sadly, I didn't get the deep dive out, because then that would have been in the title. Like, my prediction was 31-17 originally, but I changed it to 27-10 and had that all, like, written down and different stuff. So that was my revised pick for this game. Really good stream tonight, guys. We had a little bit of an interruption there that slowed some things down, and maybe changed some things. Oh, Julian Sayans out there. Good for him. Good for Day for having the courage to put him in. It's going to be a run to James Peoples, though, for a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the Ohio State 41-yard line. It's funny to see a stark contrast between the Ohio State second-string offense and their second-string defense. Second-string defense is, obviously there's a drop-off, but it's still, like, if the second string was its own unit in college football, they'd probably be top 25 for sure. Potentially top 15 or top even 10. The second-string OSU offense, meanwhile, is pretty broken, especially on the O-line. You see that right there, where James Peoples gets a run for about a gain of 2. And Tennessee players are now fighting Ohio State players. Wow, what happened there? There's a fight going on. A lot of boiling frustration from Tennessee. I think they really believed they were going to come in here and do something, and they just didn't. They have not in this game. 5:35 left, and you're down by 32. Crazy what's transpired today. Julian Sayin to throw. That was a bad pass. Way underthrew his guy right there. Incomplete. So it'll be a punt. He was targeting Bryson Rogers. So, the Buckeyes will punt it away. And looks like there will be a delay of game or maybe a timeout. Yep, delay of game. Oh, the Cover 3 podcast is beginning. Gonna have to watch that. After this game is over. Wow. First and 10, 5:15 left in this game. It's over. How many Ohio State fans make the trek to Pasadena? I think it's probably going to be a pretty 50-50 split, if I'm being honest. But Oregon may have a slight advantage just because it's closer in their territory, but also Ohio State's fan base is pretty large. So we'll have to see. And Tennessee runs it again, and that right there is a big, big run by Peyton Lewis, 26 yards to the OSU 43 for a first down. Nico back to throw. He is under duress. He throws, and it is caught by Brazel for a gain of 8. Finally passed 100 passing yards. It is second down and 2 with 4 minutes left at the Ohio State 35. And Peyton Lewis runs for a gain of 2 to pick up the first down. After this, what I'm going to do is listen to Cover 3, like take any possible notes of interesting things they've said, play a video game, and go to bed. And then tomorrow at noon, it's a big day. Nico to the end zone, incomplete, looking for Brazel, who had his man beat, but just off of his fingertips. He was in position to beat number 5 for Ohio State, Aaron Scott Jr. Who's like, what, their 4th string corner? 3rd string corner? They're playing young guys, and they should. Playoff games don't count against red shirts, so they get to, get some experience for these younger guys against Tennessee. It will be a run for Tennessee. This is probably going to be a touchdown for Tennessee. It's Peyton Lewis all the way down to the 9. It'll be first and goal for the Volunteers. Yeah, Tennessee's keeping their first string offense out there, running against the 2s, 3s, and 4s of Ohio State. They want to get a score, establish some confidence. Peyton Lewis gets a gain of 3, maybe 4. Second and goal at the 5. Yep, Ohio State will play Oregon in the Rose Bowl in an epic rematch. You love to see it. I love to see it personally. We only need 17 more subscribers. 17 before we hit 21,400. help us get to that number. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you are not already. It's going to be another run, and Peyton Lewis will get about a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, maybe the 3. Just have to see. Larry Johnson just saved his job, which is unfortunate because this game shouldn't have saved his job. Like, Tennessee's pass protect. This is the worst pass protection unit Ohio State has played since. I thought that was a false start in the center. Yep, touchdown, Tennessee. It'll be 42-17 is the final. This is the worst pass protection unit that Ohio State has played since. I'm going to say Purdue. If you count out Purdue and Northwestern and Michigan State, it's the worst Ohio State has played since Marshall. So, yeah, Tennessee is just... Tennessee's pass pro is awful. It sucks. It's terrible. Winter reaction videos coming out, Sam. They'll come out tomorrow afternoon. Live stream will be at 4, not 4, noon Eastern time. It should only take an hour, hour and a half for the stream. Gonna try and, keep it under 2 hours if I can. Do more streams, more of them, but shorter time frames. And the reaction videos, consequentially, should be out Sunday afternoon. And some maybe Monday morning. All right, 42-17. It's going to be the 2-minute warning once they kick this extra point right here. Wow. Only got 13 more subs before we hit 21,400. This has been an incredible stream. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Incredible, incredible stream. And 42-17 will probably be the final score here, as Ohio State can just run out the final 1 minute, 56 seconds. All right, let's read some more comments here. It better be quick. Lions game tomorrow. Well, you can always watch it after the Lions game. Mitch B. Sam, thanks for the content. Good work. Thank you. Yeah, so Tennessee finished. Tennessee is gonna finish the game with more rushing yards than passing yards, and averaging more yards per attempt than yards per pass attempt. That's beyond hilarious. I predicted it in my deep dive. Sadly, I didn't release the deep dive, but I do have the slides to prove it to you all. I can actually. Yeah, so let me do this. It'll be a pretty cool way. We don't need the scoreboard anymore. We don't need any of that. We just don't, because game's over. We know what the final score will be, barring something crazy from Ohio State. So what I am going to do, are you more or less confident in your Rose Bowl prediction game now? We'll see. But my answer would be no. Or maybe slightly less confident, but still think that Oregon wins. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll change my mind. Sam, are you going to do a reaction video to this? Yes, and tomorrow. And I would not count the garbage time yards against Ohio State. No. It's ridiculous. But let me show you guys this. Oh, crap. Let me show you guys this. So, display capture just makes things pretty nifty right here. So you see this right here on the screen. You guys see that, right? So I don't really care about quality here because it's the end of the stream. So yeah, it looks weird because I'm in OBS right now. This is like my little itty bitty setups. But right here, what I have is I have files. And here's the Ohio State Tennessee deep dive that I was going to do on Friday, but just didn't get to it. I was actually working on it pretty late at night, 1 a.m. there. I had it exported, didn't do anything with it. That was my revised score prediction here. That was that. It was Ohio State 27, Tennessee 10. Tennessee is more rushing than passing yards. That hit. Both QBs throw at least one interception. That didn't hit. Will Howard threw one. Nico was just bleh today. A close one-score game for 3 quarters. That didn't hit. I thought Ohio State was going to be in the lead for 3 quarters, but it close and then pull away. And then OSU rules after the scripted drives. They did do that, but they also ruled the scripted drives. So just wanted to show you guys that. And now we get to see things happen. So Ohio State has the ball. They're just going to run it, and that's going to be the game, really. It's over. It's been over. It's been over for quite some time now. James Peoples with about a gain of 2. Yeah, Kells 14, good to see you in here. That's sweet. It's awesome. All right, everyone. Well, they're running down the clock. I'm going to get off, listen to some podcasts like Cover 3, and then go to bed so that we can have a good day tomorrow with our live. Again, hit your notification bell so that you can get notified when I go live tomorrow at noon Eastern time to react to all of these games. I'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye, and go Buckeyes. Oh, wait. Stream crashed. I want to add this off on the right note here. So, yeah. See you all very soon. Go Buckeyes. And I'll actually see I'll see a lot of you tomorrow, I think. And you're welcome, Andy Case. Have a good night too, Kells. Going for gold _85. Just got done with the cattle sale, LMAO. Talk about the SEC dominance. Yeah.